think this is as big as it gets this early in the season for two MLS sides?
Very imperative, especially for Columbus, Dwight. Seattle's playing some of the best soccer in Major League Soccer right now.
The rivalry with Seattle is less about wins and losses, as it is a culture war between supporters.
There is no denying that Crew SC supporters hate Seattle Sounders supporters. Like, there is just such a disdain for them.
They act like they're God's gift to soccer. They act like they invented soccer fandom when they're the new kids on the block.
They like to pretend that we're not a rival, but I think that we are, and it's an important game to Crew supporters.
Francis again. Kamara! Wayne pump fakes, still on the move. Now he shoots it!
It's just classic from Pipa.
No, instead it's Kamara! And here at home beat a very, very good Seattle Sounders side.
It's been a long time since I've been like that happy after a win.
You know, you're not supposed to feel the way that we felt after a regular season game in May.
Undefeated, untied across all competitions.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah!
Everything went exactly as we could have hoped, pretty much. I mean, the result, the tifo, I mean, everything.
How about new?
Now, shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcast. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio.
I got the new wings with the Zima flavor sauce.
I've given this no thought whatsoever.
Hashtag probably riding cock. They're in your face, they're a little different. I think it's super cool. I love them. Jamie, ignorant slut. Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts, Morgan Hughes, John Zadar, and Darby Schnarpus.
No!
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, and celebrity fans alike. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's already too late. You're tuned in to the latest, the lamest, and possibly last episode of ACES Radio. It's a Buffalo Bills podcast only. Coming up tonight on the program, Cruisers FC return to their winning ways, picking up 3 points at home against San Jose. The panel will discuss cracking the code. Tonight, it makes its triumphant return as we try to decipher what the law means when it uses words. Man balls, they are back and they're thrown about as liberally as ever. Drabby, I welcome you back to the show, and I remind you that John's genitals are not for looking at. Then on segment 2, the rarest of all rare treats, as 2 celebrity guests, unlike any other, which we don't mean as a compliment, stop by the show. The entire front office of FC Columbus is here, bitches, to talk about things and stuff. And how do they feel about the Dayton Dutch Lions? Well, everyone hates them. On segment 3, we head live on Periscope for your hot takes, aka the battle for the grand prize and sweet mother of God. A logjam at the top of the standings this week, fellas, as users A, B, C, D, E, F, and a logjam return to battle for hot take supremacy. Prediction scores, prediction updates, Cruisers versus Seattle Sounders, Hang On Tour, the Ags Attack War, and so much fucking more. Brought to you as always by benevolent corporate overlord sponsors, Blood and Urine, and broadcasting live from the beautiful front room here at Endeavor Brewing Company. My name is the continuing champion, Morgan Hughes, aka Officer Carol Seaver, and I'm joined, as always, by AAA, the absentee amateur artist himself, Captain Jean-Luc the Wet Boys at all, and everyone's favorite ancient ruin, Darby, the 40-year-old man-child Schnarfus. Fellas, mapaches, lads from different dads, brothers from different mothers, and amigos de Guillermo, how in the hell have you been?
Welcome, everybody, to the latest rendition of the Hot Box here in Endeavor Brewing Company.
It's very warm in here.
It's very warm in here. Spring has arrived in Ohio, and it's
Hot as balls in here.
Too hot for sushi, it appears.
It would have spoiled the instant it touched the table. So instead, we're going to have to console ourselves with flatulence.
Sweet Mother of Christ. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 83 of ACES Radio. How you been, John Zadar? That's such a great point. He's on point tonight, Drabs.
Oh my God, it's the best he's ever, infinitely smarter than he usually sounds. I mean, normally he's a simpering fool, but
Absolutely.
Tonight he's on point. He's made better points in the past 30 seconds than he has the entire season.
You know what I like most about what he just said was the way that it was and the things.
Yeah, there was a lot of insight, there was a lot of wit, a lot of humor.
Yes.
It's almost like he's not here and somebody else is.
John, don't say anything if you eat your own poop. Fan-fucking-tastic. This is great. This is great. We are definitely not missing John for the next 30 seconds as he's pulling up right now.
Oh, shit.
We definitely have not recorded both the weather report and segment 2 out of order.
We don't do that.
We would never do that.
Record 1 and then 2 and then 3. That's how numbers work.
As John Clem will tell you from the episode, I think he was on the episode where the door was busted in.
Oh, is that the Galifo incident?
Yeah, we never record things out of order. That would never happen.
Can we start a band called the Galifo Incident?
No. No, we cannot.
We'd all wear black.
Nope. No one's going to do that.
A lot of pyro, a lot of smoke.
No one has time for anything. 0 pieces of housekeeping this week, lads, before we get into the meat and potatoes of ACES Radio. And so, no. And that's it.
Yeah.
I seriously sat at my desk today and I was like, there has to be pieces of housekeeping, but no, there are none. No. Your thoughts, Drabby?
It's going to be a quick damn episode.
Yeah.
Let me smash.
Moving up. Here he is. Did he break his arm or something? Oh, no, it's a coffee cup. He's holding it. It's not a cast at all.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the program, Sean Sitar.
Who has pens around his neck.
When did you get Bluetooth audio? What are those things called? Headphones?
I've had 2 pairs for years. That's all I've used for years now.
Open the books, John.
John is on the cutting edge of technology. This dude,
actually, these are really nice ones that usually cost $90, but it's one of those Twitter accounts that posts when deals are on Amazon. So I got them for $20.
What?
Yeah.
Are you profiting from Save the Crew? Yes or no?
I wish.
Did you or did you not sponsor an airplane over Austin today?
No one. I want to know who keeps doing that.
The funny thing
I'd love to know, honestly.
The Stanklord texted me and he's like, are we paying for these planes or what? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
I didn't, yeah.
What planes are we talking about?
I have no idea.
Oh, there was a funeral and there was a plane over it. I'm like,
Tobias,
in Austin? I have no fucking idea.
Tobias walked over to me and was like, people are freaking out about this plane. And I was like, what plane?
Yeah.
And he was like, that plane that flies around Austin. I guess it happens fairly frequently. I thought it happened just the one time. But
is it that one that is
there's been a couple.
It's the one that says something about
use your
daddy's money, something or that. Yeah, but and then
I've seen that one. It's very funny.
The thing that we were saying also was regardless of who is doing it and why, it's a plane. It's in the sky. It wasn't flying around the funeral.
Well,
it was just flying, and you can see it for miles.
Right.
It's not like it's circling the graveyard.
Right. Apparently some reporter talked to the owner of the company, and the owner said that it got off his flight path or whatever. So,
but even still, even if it wasn't off of his flight path, he has to go to and from the airport.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. It is the sky.
Please manage your fucking outrage and be reasonable about things. I get it. That's rude, but are you going to throw a fit if a Southwest flight goes over that graveyard while you're there? Who's paying? Save the Crew paying Southwest to fly?
There is a non-zero amount of pearl clutching going on.
Yeah, it's the air.
Leave the pearl clutching to the East Coast Ultras.
Yeah, if it would make you happy, people in Austin, you're welcome to hire some Columbus, I don't know, Skyrider.
If you are the one behind the plane, just DM me.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't want to out you. I just want to. Yeah, I'm just curious. I just want to know who it is.
Yeah.
Ooh, if you're going to hire a plane to fly over Columbus and eat a dick, would you throw Drabby on the end of that? That'd be. I mean,
no, it's going to cost.
I knew people would laugh about that. Moving on, Cruisers FC taking on San Jose Smurfquakes FC. Your formation, your familiar 4-2-3-1.
You guys are just getting started here, huh?
We did not just record segment 2 out of order at all.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't?
We did not.
Okay, that's good.
No, we did not, John.
And we also didn't record a training video or anything.
We didn't do that either.
No?
Insinuation is outrageous. I believe that you hired.
I don't know if you've ever recorded a single
Drabby.
video.
No,
So-
no, it's a training video. Don't worry about that. You're yours only. Zach Steffen in net, Harrison Awful, Jonathan Mensah, Lalas Abubakar, and Fernando Valenzuela across the back.
That's how you say that.
Trapping our tour in the middle, Sanch, Higuain, Nico Hansen on the wings and attacking mid, and your boy Jossie Zardes up top. Your subs, Mike Grella. He's a handsome fella. For Nico Hansen, quite handsome, in the 65th minute. Ricardo Clark comes on for our tour in the 79th, and Adam John for Jossie Zardes in the 81st. Your cards, Nico Hansen picks up a yellow in the 36th, and Fernando Valenzuela picks up a yellow in the 67th. Your goals, Harrison Awful with his 26th goal of the season, John, in the 28th minute. Danny Ho...
Did you just call him Fernando Valenzuela?
Yeah.
He does that.
Oh, is that a thing now?
Not now.
Since when?
He was the NL Cy Young winner and Rookie of the Year in 1981, and now he plays for the Cruisers FC.
I don't know what any of that means.
Danny pulls
Is that
San
a baseball
Jose
trophy?
even in the 45th minute. Mike Grella comes on for Cruisers FC and scores the winning goal in the 84th. Drabby Schranfus, the 40-year-old man-child, first win since March 24th, breaks a streak of 1 point out of the last 4 games played before that game. You were at the match, my friend. You're very old.
No.
First of all, congratulations on making it there.
Right, yeah.
And you
I
were in
made it.
Cincinnati.
I was at a music festival. I left
How
because
very
you
Greg
had
Benson of
re-entry
you.
privileges.
Prioritizing everything but the crew game.
As the Stank Lord helpfully pointed out, the team is undefeated and the Derby doesn't come to the fucking game era.
I did see that on
I'm
Twitter.
really excited for that era to continue.
Yeah, me too. Love that era.
Also, I'd like to point out, I have been told on more than one occasion that the mini tailgate is not Drabby Schranfus. And yet, there was no mini tailgate on Saturday.
You know, I can't speak to that. I encouraged all mini tailgate to continue. There was apparently some babysitting issues, and Patrick was I don't know.
You couldn't
He
get
was
a babysitter for Patrick?
I don't know. He comes back from that probably on.
I'm just saying.
Slowly.
I'm just saying.
I know.
Drunken Cruiser wasn't there, but mini tailgate or mega tailgate still happened.
I tried. But what are you gonna do? No,
I mean, a mini tailgate.
Manage your shit, Drabby.
I know. I will never miss a game ever again. I will say it right here and now. Stone cold guarantee I'll never miss a game ever again until I die.
Danielle, please make note.
Yeah, put that in the spreadsheet.
Darby Schnarfus has entered the game.
No, but I did get to go back and watch the game afterwards because I.
And you took copious notes.
I took copious notes.
From what I understand.
I have like
Holy
20
shit,
bullet
yes.
points.
Are those actually notes?
The shit, look.
Oh, you
keep scrolling.
Jesus
and
H.
stuff.
Christ.
God,
All right,
you wrote more about that game than I've ever written.
Yeah. I mean, start with bullet point 1, Drabs.
Bullet point.
Well, maybe we start near the bottom.
Yeah, it's
No,
at the bottom.
yeah.
Actually.
At the beginning, it was just like
That's how lists go,
It
right?
was almost live tweeting.
Bullet point
except
number
on
1 is
Evernote.
my name is Will Trap.
No, it was like first 20 minutes, kind of sloppy.
This is great.
That fucking 2-footed tackle in the first 2 minutes, which was
Oh, yeah. How did that
Pedro-
not...
Yeah, how was that?
That wasn't
not
even a yellow.
thing? That I don't care that it's 2 minutes in. That's a card of
The
some
referee was
variety.
especially awful, I thought.
Was it against us or for us?
Yeah, it was against us.
Oh, yeah. I hate him.
Yeah, no. His entire reffing philosophy was just like the cards and the whistle will manage the game. He didn't talk to anybody. It was just.
Yeah, but he didn't even use the cards and the whistles, like.
I mean, it was choppy at the
appropriately.
beginning because there were a lot of whistles, and then in the second half, it's just like, oh, eventually I'm going to start carding everyone who fouls because I'm over this.
I don't understand why people like that are. Why are you a referee?
Right, like any idiot can just,
Right.
wave a card. Like,
Right.
talk to people, tell them what you're expecting out of this game and what they're doing wrong. He had no control over it. Anyway, yeah, no, it was. Awful obviously had a really good game. I thought our tour had a good game.
What about Nico Hansen? What did you think about him?
Nico Hansen was a boss.
Yeah.
He brought
Hansen.
something that Martinez hadn't to this point. Frankly, I would have put him in over Santos. Pedro had a garbage game. He was frustrated. His passes weren't on point.
Sky's blue, water's wet.
Right, yeah. I'm actually to the point where I think he needs to probably sit for a game.
Yes, please. Mike Grella's back.
Yeah.
Mike Grella's back, baby.
If you put Grella and Hansen on the wings, I think this team has a lot of danger to it.
Transition to you, John Zidar, because you are the captain of the Sanch Hate Brigade.
Yeah. Is that what we're calling it?
That's what you said. Those are your words.
Oh, okay.
The Sanch Hate Brigade.
I don't know if I'd have named it that.
SHB is short for Sanch Hate
SHB?
Brigade. Yeah, that's what you said. Those are your words. You said that just before now, right when we weren't recording.
Right.
I remember that.
Well, I have a shirt on that says it right now.
So I do see that. Yeah. No, you don't like Sanch. You think that we deserve more out of a designated player. Talk to us about how you thought he played on Saturday.
I thought it was the same kind of stuff he usually does.
But he suffered the most fouls in the league.
I don't care. You know who else suffered the most fouls in the league? Eddie Gavin. You know what else Eddie Gavin did? He assisted on goals. He scored goals. Like, I don't give a fuck how many fouls you're drawing. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we're not great at set pieces, so like you drawing a bunch of fouls is not helpful.
Yeah, Eddie's more meaningful,
especially when you are the one taking. Yeah, you're taking the dead ball kicks half the time, and you're awful at that too. Like,
did you see the one free kick that he put into the upper 90?
Yeah,
like not the corner of the goal, but literally the upper 90 lounge in the stadium.
Yeah,
where it's like, what the
roasted?
Fuck, dude. Like, you're supposed to be good at this.
I am like real over him. Really over him. Like, I think that as of now, I consider him to be a bigger failure of a signing than like the guys that left because they were homesick. Because at least we didn't spend like club record amounts of money on those guys.
You're saying he's a bigger failure than Hernan Grana and Amro Tarek.
Yeah. I would rather spend whatever minimal money on those guys and have them play twice and then run home to their mommies than have this dude who's soaking up shitloads of our cash.
Yeah.
And a roster spot.
Right. And like
an international roster spot.
Yeah, right. A DP spot too. Like, he's taking up a lot of resources.
That's literally every resource an MLS team can allocate.
Right. Other than MLS to ATX guards.
And I don't understand what his problem is. Because he very clearly has what it takes, right? Like, you can see it in moments.
And yet 1 goal.
Yeah.
And we're coming up on
and
a
what,
year.
2 assists?
Right.
3 assists?
And his assist in this game
and that's spread over his whole time here. Like, I think he's only got 2 assists this season.
He got an assist on the Grella goal, but it shouldn't have been because the
it was
defender
awful.
should have gotten that ball.
Yeah, I saw people saying that on Twitter, like, "Oh, Pedro got an assist." I'm like,
are
you fucking kidding me? Watch that pass.
Yeah, he was gifted an assist.
That's like an error in baseball.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yes,
the offensive team didn't do anything sweet there.
Fielder's choice.
The defenders just fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over him. I'm ready. If Grella's ready to go, I would like to see Grella and Hansen start. I would like to see Grella and Martinez start.
Is it more of what Mike Grella has shown you in the limited opportunity, or more that Pedro Sanch is garbage?
No, it's, I guess, both. Can be both. That could be both.
What are we going to do with these songs if he doesn't play?
Never play them again.
It's taking up 33%.
Mercifully,
that's what you call a win-win.
Again.
If Sanch sits, then we don't play this.
But what if I told you he was going to
Grella
score all the goals?
Grella Mike. You could do a new song, okay? It's fine.
Well, that's not it.
Yeah. Grella Mike. It's the same amount of syllables. It totally works. You're welcome, AGS.
That's how most people say player names. Is
Grella
their
Mike.
last name and then their first name.
Right.
Especially when it's like
That's how
Mike.
Chris Bills writes locations. You see that? Ohio, Columbus.
Does he?
Yeah, and there's like fucking article yesterday or whatever it was.
Why?
I don't know.
All right.
Professional journalist, you know.
Yeah.
There was no comma there between those either. I didn't really understand what's
Really?
going on. Yeah, it just said Ohio, Columbus.
Did you tell him that's not how it works?
No, I can't be bothered to tweet that idiot.
No, yeah, that's a lot. Drabby, what's bullet point number 7 on your list of? I mean, seriously, 7 paragraphs. There are 7
hit
paragraphs.
the key notes here.
I want to get some drafts.
Because I'm really interested to hear it, but I don't want to hear it all.
And now, an ACES radio exclusive, Drab's Hot Points.
Yeah, okay. So
with the old man.
Drab's Hot Points.
Yeah.
Can that be a new segment?
So let's we'll talk a little bit about the San Jose goal, because a lot of people were giving Abubakar a lot of shit for his marking on that ball.
Rightfully so.
Pretty bad marking.
I'm watching that, though. The thing was, Mensah got dragged way out of the middle by his guy. So Abubakar was sitting on island. He basically had to defend the entire middle of the goal.
There was
nobody else there. You just follow the man.
But there was a late runner coming up the middle. So if he drags out with the other forward, then you have a pass right to the middle.
But
that guy's
Valenzuela is right there.
Valenzuela was trailing the play.
No,
I just don't think it was bad. Like, he did the best that he could. It was a damn good cross. It was one of those things that's going to happen. I'm not especially mad about it.
It was a good cross, but
it was also a
you
pretty
gotta have
good
better
error.
pressure, more pressure.
Maybe, but
Gotta be
like
more
that
pressure.
wasn't a Mensa level fuck up.
To me,
there were
the
a couple of
disappointing
Mensa
point,
fuck
the
ups in this game.
disappointing part of that goal was when it happened, and the fact that it happened 2 games in a row, right before halftime,
And that's what kills us. If that goal happens in the
23rd.
30th minute, like, we're bummed but not pissed. It coming right
And
before
now there's
the end
a
of the
pattern.
half. It's
where now it's
It
just
hurts.
like every time we're about to go take a piss, it's like, oh God, what's going to happen? Is there going to be some blood? Darby, is there?
I mean,
look at your
probably,
bullet points and tell me.
When you check your hot points,
No,
is there blood?
Somebody's going to go to the bathroom,
Please say no.
and the
First of
stall
all-
door is going to fall off, and it's going to hit somebody in the head, and there will be blood.
Oh my God!
Rough lads.
Ready for your next bullet point?
My God.
Let's see.
And Benicio del Toro will gruesomely murder someone with a bowling pin. That's not Benicio.
That's
del
my
Toro.
favorite part of
Who is
Drab's
that?
hot
Who's-
points.
The part where he kills someone
The
with
murder.
a bowling pin.
Yeah.
The awful goal was good. That was actually a system goal
Sweet
to me.
fucking Christ! I'm glad he shot that.
Yes.
Right? Like, so that was the team moving the ball quickly, though. And that's when we're at our best, not this slow, plodding bullshit.
And another example of something that happens up the middle. It did end
Yes.
up on the wings, but it wasn't just like a bomb it up the wings and
Right.
cross
Yes.
it in.
Yeah.
Well, and that's when you see the
Inside
real
out.
danger of the wingbacks, right?
Boom.
The
Exactly.
tension is drawn to the center, and it gives them that freedom and space on the outside.
Yes.
And when that happens in the box, Jesus Christ, that's incredible. When it happens 40 yards from goal, you're like, okay, we can manage this. You can't manage that.
Yeah, and I think the funny thing was, I mean, apart from the fact that if Awful's a yard back, that sky is, way up in the air like it always does.
Irrelevant.
The runner on that play was Valenzuela. So our 2 biggest threats in that moment were the wingbacks.
Yeah.
And I don't think teams know how to deal with that.
Fernando
You do
Valenzuela
it
got
right.
it to Higuain, who put it to Harry, and he put the
Yeah.
ball in the back of the net for the 18th goal this
But
year,
yeah,
John.
it was
Kamara,
Valenzuela.
Kai Kamara, who?
Yeah, he was the guy who was going
People
to
are
be
wondering
cleaning it
that
up
all
had
across the league.
had there been a deflection. So, yeah. And yeah, I hate to admit it, but Grella impressed me. Like,
I still don't like
He
him.
is the most Meram-esque winger on this team.
yes,
That's why I've been waiting for him to get
Fucking
healthy.
Roasted.
But he also doesn't dribble into 3 people and turn the ball over. He's good with the ball at his feet. He's good passing.
He's
He
got
played
some
good
better
defense.
composure and decision making.
Yes, he's really calm. Like, his goal was patient.
Yeah.
He waited for an opening, but he didn't wait too long. And going near post was freaking brilliant.
I counted 4 Meram roasts there. That was incredible. I'm sorry. If you're going to do more, I'll keep
No,
counting.
I mean, like, when you have the goalie going the wrong way on that shot, you did everything right.
That's the finish, though, right? That's
Yeah,
how that
yeah,
play
yeah.
ends. Meram goes fucking far post, and
Right, he
goalie
tries
probably
to hook
saves
it around the keeper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's his only shot, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, it's
5th
great.
Meram roast. Love that.
And I hate to admit it, because, like I said, I look at Grella and I feel like, oh, you've got the dyed blonde hair, like, you just look like a douche. But total respect.
Is it dyed?
Justin Meram.
Is it
Well,
just
I mean,
got like
his
that
beard
dirty
is, like,
blonde
brown.
red? Like, I think it's
Like, his beard is brown and his hair is.
I think he's just this
really
weird,
blonde.
gross Italian Irish guy. Like,
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Maybe it is dyed. Maybe you're right.
I don't know. But anyway, I'm sorry, Mike. I love you.
I don't
I
trust
love him too.
He's
Yeah.
talking to Henry Crognail about like licorice cookies and some secret goddamn language.
Mike
Yeah, he's probably getting.
Is he?
Dr.
Wait,
Barry's
is he
meatball
the newest
recipe right
member
now?
of the Basement Dwellers?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's
well,
like-
he doesn't live
No, he's
there.
got a family and shit.
I'm pretty sure he's married, but I mean, he
he-
still talks to
yeah.
Henry Crognail in secret
Well, I mean,
Italian.
old men deserve to be talked to. You can't just ignore them,
That's
Morgan.
false.
Jesus.
What have we been saying about Darby for all these episodes? Don't talk to me. Doesn't deserve it.
That's fair.
Okay, not all old men deserve it, but some do.
All right, the last bullet point, Drabs. I want you to go bullet point number 13 and make this the
Oh
last
no,
one.
I'm not doing the. I don't even know what number 13 is.
He's just
but
hot.
just
hot
pick
tip-
one.
I actually
hot
mentioned
tipping it.
this earlier. In the past 4 games, Harrison Awful has taken 13 shots.
How many were on target? Do you know?
Not a lot, a couple. But in the past 4 games, Jossie Zardes has taken 11 shots. our right fullback has taken more shots than our forward.
That's not a problem for me.
That's not great.
Not in this system. That's not a problem for me.
No, but I want the forward
season
to be
season long. Come back at me with that stat after the season.
I mean,
tell him that after the season.
4 games is not an insubstantial number.
He wants to hear that exact same stat
Also,
after the
Pedro,
season.
No, but like if
Pedro
that's-
took 0 shots in the game. That is a
Did he really? Or you just
0 shots?
What a surprise!
Yeah.
You mean that one that went into the upper 90 club didn't count?
Yeah. No, that was definitely a cross.
He approaches the baby gangster.
Moving on to color impressions
He
of the
approaches
match.
the baby Flash.
Yes, he does.
At very high speeds.
That was an
right
amazing
into your
video.
face.
I love everything
Dude,
about
there,
that.
there it is.
That's so great.
That was a piece of housekeeping I forgot to mention. Gangster Crew Baby was dressed up like the Flash on Saturday, and Sean Sitar and I go over to the Crognale Trap tailgate, and we're hanging out, and Gangster Crew Baby shows up, and we're like, oh yeah, so like he's running around the thing, and so I pull out my camera, and I'm like, oh yeah, can you go over there and run past me? And you can hear me kind of going like, shh, and I'm motioning past me. Don't run into
Oh no,
me.
he totally like had the straight shot.
Right.
I was standing over here and you were right here, and he could have ran right between us.
Oh yeah,
and he veers at you.
Oh, yes,
it was intentional.
He
100%.
came at me
Yes.
like a spider monkey,
Right.
And he
moved
wrecked
on you
me.
like a bitch.
He did. He did. Like what kind of bitch? Like a yellow bitch. And
Oh, thanks, Morgan.
I was yellow, exactly like that, John. And it knocked me on my ass.
Yeah, you legit dropped your phone and
Yes,
everything.
my phone. I didn't drop it; it flew in the air. I caught it in midair because Gangster Crew Baby smashed it out of my fucking possession. It was great, and I think in the video you can hear Karen Crognell going like,
If he tells you that was bad, don't listen to him. That was great.
the dude, like Gangster Crew
Right,
Baby,
because
didn't
you're such
need
a
that.
disciplinarian
Yeah.
and authority figure. Yeah,
Thank
you'd be
you,
like,
Karen.
"Oh, bad little boy."
Right. Like, no one was saying that was the poor choice. Everyone was
Right.
laughing their ass off.
Yeah.
Karen's like, just in case you ever felt bad about that, please don't. Shout out to Gangster Crew Baby. Man,
He's a treat.
nothing but love for any of us, John.
He was just like, what? I don't even remember what happened. And he just started doing push-ups at
He
one
did.
point.
He did.
He just did, like bust out like 15 push-ups in
Yes.
the middle of the parking lot.
Right, and I'm talking like normal
Like real
human
push-ups.
push-ups. Yeah.
Not like little kid ones or anything. Like
Not
toe-
like
toes,
push-ups I
toes
would
to
do.
hands.
Real ones.
Not even like
did he have good form? Like he
Yes.
has
Yeah.
hand shoulder width. And, okay.
yeah.
Pretty sure a couple of them are one-handed too. Now, it's a child body. It's easier to
Right.
push up and down. That's science. But he still did it, Drabs.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Color impressions in the match. This is a combination of colors and impressions, which is a Latin term for color impressions. Drabs, we start with you. Your color impressions of Cruisers FC in Rivalry Week, presented by Heineken, brought to you by ZZ Boots, Wildman's Leather and Lace.
My color impression of the match was Blorange, like the fucking wristband they put on my wrist at this festival over the weekend.
Rough
which is bullshit.
lads.
It was like they were just twisting the knife. Like, not only are you not at the game, we're going to give you Cincinnati references on this crap.
You know who invented the word Blorange?
You did.
Rambo Gooner.
No, I think you did.
And then he gave credit to Mike Burkle. You know who's best friends with Mike Burkle?
Nobody.
Julie Stanky. That's right, John. Julie Stanky.
Julie Stanky?
Absolutely. She loves Mike Burkle. Anywhere that she goes, Mike Burkle is sure to follow.
She's got a thing for guys with beards, apparently.
That's true. Is that what we're calling
doesn't-
Burkles?
Does Burkle have a beard?
Yeah, it's one of those scraggly pubic hair
Are you
beards.
sure?
Yeah.
It's like a I've been held against my will beards.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's or
I didn't
like
grow this by choice.
Yeah.
Or like I'm a domestic terrorist and I probably run a cult.
I've been chained up in a basement for a while and haven't been given access to like a razor. I'm Mike Burkle. I'm from Cincinnati. This is what I sound like. Sean Sitar, the wet boy.
Yeah.
Your color impressions of the match.
First of all, I want to show you guys this picture of Mike Grella I found that looks like a murderer.
Oh my god.
Yes. Oh god.
Why is he looking at me like that?
Yeah.
Like the eyes follow you no matter where you
Yeah,
go
it's
in the
weird.
room.
It's weird. It's uncomfortable. I was looking it up because I wanted to see what his dirty, gross hair color was because that's my color.
It's
of
a
the week.
little bit of both.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think that's dyed. I think it's just like.
But
it's
his
just
beard
terrible.
looks darker on TV. I don't know.
I can tell you this: that hair's going away. It won't be around in 10 years.
Well, yeah, I can confirm.
Yeah,
But that's my color. Mike Grella's dirty hair.
What? When did you first think that you were losing your hair? Like, what happened? Because like I have a picture on my phone saved for a very opportunistic time when I need to just roast you thoroughly.
Yeah.
Of you at some sort of prom, and you have long flowing locks.
You haven't posted that one on Twitter yet?
I mean, if I haven't used it.
It has been.
See,
posted.
I've gotten ahead of you, and I show people it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So no one's gonna care when you post it.
No, they'll care.
I posted your long hair photo this past weekend.
Hashtag blessed.
Thanks, Pam.
So, what's the first step? You're like, oh shit, I might be. Does it start falling out in complete strands, or does it just start going backwards?
No, it didn't start going backwards.
All right.
Because like if you look now, like I still kind of have a hairline. There's just not much of it, right?
Can you grow?
So
can you grow hair now? Can you just like grow it for the next like couple months, just so we can see what it's like?
No, I look horrible. Although it would age me a lot
that,
too.
Like Mike Tirico pubic patch in the front, did you? Because that's a really unfortunate.
Oh
look
my
when
god,
that
that's
happens.
so awesome.
No,
Oh god,
fuck
Donovan
it just
McNabb
got
had that
like
too.
it didn't go anywhere in any specific direction. It just got thinner all over.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well, that's
not
good.
all over. Like Like I still have. I've got like the halo.
Did you ever think
the friar tuck?
Yeah.
Did you ever think like I'll just keep growing whatever is there and comb it to make it look like it exists?
There's definitely a period of denial where you're like, I still have hair. I wasn't like trumping it, like where I was like legit combing it to
Wrapping
make
it
it look
around your
fuller.
head. Yeah.
I just like slowly like went shorter and shorter and shorter with it, and then eventually like my girlfriend was like, I think you should just buzz your head because I think you'll look a lot better. And I was like, all right,
fair. What age was that? Because you're a young cat in the game, and you've completely just given up on life.
Let's see. I still had like enough hair that it didn't look stupid, like in probably like 2008, 2009. So it's probably like around 2010 that I shaved my head.
Well, you're lucky.
Or
You
buzzed
have
my
a
head.
good white person head. Like not. I mean,
I have a
sexy head, John.
good
We do have
shaped
to say.
skull. Yeah,
Yeah, most white people have stupid looking heads,
Yes.
and you can grow a sweet beard.
One of my good friends, Eric Bird, shaved his head in elementary school, and his head was literally peanut shaped.
Oh, dude,
And
I'm like that.
I've got like a point
If I
in the
go
back
bald-
of my head, so I can
He
never do that.
he left school crying because we were making fun of him.
My childhood is ruined because of the shape of my fucking head. See, this is interesting because you and I are the only ones on ACES Radio that have never been interviewed about things like that. Like Darby had a whole episode, like committed to him. Greg Benson, whole episode. Me and you, we're mysteries, John. No one knows
true.
what we like. I could have hired a plane to fly around another city today. No
Right,
one would
who
know.
even
We
knows?
should do an episode where we sit Morgan's ass down and make him be a guest.
Oh yeah, that'll
Fucking
definitely happen.
fantastic.
We
That'll
should do
definitely
that.
happen.
100th episode.
Well, you know what? If you don't show up as a guest, we'll just fucking make it up.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we'll have somebody sit in and give the stupidest answers we can.
Pam.
Oh my God, yeah.
I asked her. I was like, "What if you were the celebrity guest on episode 100?" And she's like,
She probably
she just says no. She always says no. No, I'm
God,
tired.
we could get her to talk about Morgan, though. We totally.
Oh, I know because it takes no.
I wouldn't
effort.
mind. Pam's asleep
Pam is a
so
reasonable
often, she doesn't
human
fucking
being.
even know anything about me.
That's true.
It'd be like, "What's Morgan's favorite fruit?" And she's like, "I've been asleep for 15 years."
Well, the
You don't
obvious
have a
answer
favorite
is none of
fruit.
them because you,
You don't
hate
eat fruit.
anything that's fruit or vegetable.
Trick question.
Yeah.
What's Morgan's favorite fruit? Pepperoni pizza.
Welch's grape. Well, no, I
Right.
call Welch's fruit
snacks. Yeah, the fruit snacks you always have. Yeah.
Those are my
ginger
fruits.
ale, is that a fruit? Is that?
Here's the list of things I've seen Morgan consume:
Here we go.
pizza,
Yep.
ginger ale,
Absolutely.
alcohol,
Yep.
cookies,
Love it.
Cheez-Its,
The best.
chips of various kinds,
Cereal.
I do love
cereal.
chips. Yeah. Cereal's the
I guess
main
but
food group.
de facto, obviously milk,
Milk.
only because it was going on the cereal.
Right.
And then
I
Chris.
think
hot
that
dog.
might have been
A
it.
hot dog.
Oh yeah, I saw
One
him choke
hot
down
dog.
that dog with you. That hot dog with you.
And then Darby's girlfriend put her hand into my cereal.
I don't think I have ever seen Morgan eat a fruit or vegetable.
He doesn't
We
like
did
it.
talk about it one time. He will eat asparagus
And I have been
if
friends
he's
with
covered in enough shit.
Asparagus is delicious.
I ate asparagus last night. 2 vegetables
One.
ago.
He
How
ate
can you prove
and-
it?
he
Pee
ate
in a
and
glass.
asparagus.
2 vegetables ago, which was like
2 vegetables ago.
like 2
That's how
What
he
does that
measures
mean?
years.
eatings of vegetables ago, which was
Okay,
a couple
which was
weeks
how
ago.
long?
A couple weeks ago.
It's been weeks since you've had.
I had asparagus last night, and then a couple weeks ago I had a cherry tomato, and I almost
What?
vomited.
Just a single cherry tomato? I love
finish
cherry
this.
tomatoes. I just eat them. I eat them as snacks.
Oh my god! I was okay. So when Pam presents me with a plate of food, I try to get all the vegetables in my mouth as quickly as possible because if they
Why?
Because if they're hot, I don't taste
If
them
they
as
burn
much.
your taste buds
Yes.
off, you can't tell that they're
Oh, okay.
vegetables.
So I was like doing really well. I don't remember what I was eating. It was some kind of like It wasn't. It was like
Was it
Pam
pasta?
does a lot of like trick things. Like she'll give me like rice, but it's
She's like your
not
fucking
rice.
mom.
Yes,
Oh, did she give you the riced cauliflower?
something like that.
Well, cauliflower rice can be good, but you can fuck it up real easily
Fake
too.
news. So I was like trying to eat. I was eating a bunch of like fake something, and then I was like, all right, let me get a cherry tomato in there, and I like bit into it, and all of like the disgusting tomato shit.
Hold on.
Piled into my mouth, and I was like,
Wait, piled
You
into
don't-
your mouth. They're like
It's like it's not even a full mouthful.
I can't
they're-
even think about it.
You
They're
eat
like the
pizza.
size of your
How do you not
penis.
like tomatoes?
It's different, John. Pizza's made out of pizza ingredients.
The tomatoes are cooked and covered in oil and
Like I'm
salt
pretty
until
sure
you
that
can't
like
recognize
Pam told me the other day that their Friday nights are like they each get their own pizza and they sit there.
Oh,
And
I
watch
would
TV.
like that, but no, she. Okay, so here's the thing. A
She
pizza,
makes you guys share
Yeah, and so my rule is this is my only rule, and I think
because he
it's-
can't even eat pepperoni because it's too spicy. Isn't that true?
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
pepperoni's way
This
too
is like
white
the
girl.
this
Oh
is
my
like the
God.
number one spicy bitch boy. We went to the
me kissing my
Let's-
muscles.
Old Town
let's take
Tavern
Morgan
one
out to the
time,
food
and
truck
he ordered
outside.
Oh, you
fucking
wanna talk
huevos
about this-
rancheros, and they were
Okay.
not even they were no spice in them, and he was like,
no
he
spice.
couldn't just eat the black beans
John,
straight out of the can.
My fucking mouth burnt for a day. That was so spicy.
Have you tried a spoonful of mayo? Would that be a good place to start for your spice level?
First of all, you know that I am of Welsh descent, and if you've looked into Welsh food
Right.
stuff, it's like basically boiled cardboard.
Yeah.
My people, we are very like uncomplicated. Yes, we work in coal mines. We sing about green
Well,
valleys.
I don't think they
and-
can even grow like stuff.
No.
Yeah, no. Potatoes are the only thing.
It's
that grow.
potatoes and then anything else that they might scrounge up, and they just kind of
Potatoes
take it
and
and shove it
desperation.
inside of like sheep organs,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
which aren't spicy.
Yeah.
Also, your penis you put into sheep organs. That's a Shrek joke. I'm just going to go ahead and make that.
Sheep shagging motherfucker.
That changed the game.
There it is. Changing the game.
Changing the game.
Where are we? Color impressions?
I gave
Jesus
mine.
Christ.
It's your
why-
turn.
Yeah, why
All
don't you
right.
give your fucking color impressions? Quit with the sidebar.
I'm sorry.
Morgan.
So I was bending over last night on the floor.
Taking it.
Putting
Hold on.
stuff
What do you
away.
mean? Hold on. What do you mean?
taking it.
Bending
For
over
13
on the floor.
I mean exactly what it sounds like.
Where else would you be to bend over?
Normally you get to bend
Sometimes
over
in the
the couch.
bathtub.
Like, are you bent? Are you talking like bent over hands and knees
Well, it's you
on
know,
the floor?
If you do it in the bathtub, it
you
just
just-
kind of all goes down the drain.
Do you have to poke it with your foot at all? Smash it?
Yeah, you smash it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Mix this with Pam's hair. It's
Right.
great.
Well, that tomato skin isn't gonna.
Smash.
Lovely. So I'm sitting on the ground last night, and Pam comes up to me. She's like,
Are you serious? Are you serious with this clothes rack?
and I'm like, yes, I made a clothes rack, and I put my clothes. She's like,
It's gonna have to be moved.
Wait, it's got your clothes on it, not hers.
yeah, well, no, I built. Now this is the second clothes rack I'd made in the past 36 hours. One of which is completely
He's
consumed
made
with her.
2 clothes racks in the time it took him to eat 1 vegetable.
John, you've been to my
2 vegetables over
and
2 weeks.
asparagus.
2 coat racks in 36 hours.
You've been to my old place.
I've been-
There was
yeah.
a room full of clothes,
Yep.
and there was a laundry room full of clothes.
Yes.
Pam doesn't understand like the energy properties of the universe. It cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. We had 2 rooms full of clothes at the
Yeah.
old place. There were going to be 2 fucking
Right,
rooms.
there was going to be 2 new rooms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's like, but no, there's nowhere to, and you gotta move it.
And I'm just like,
I mean, most of hers could have probably just been thrown away.
I tried. I wheeled her wedding dress down the street because it's like 5 doors down. And it's like, it's this long fucking thing. You can't fit it into anything, so I just put
it's
it on a
dragging
cart.
on the street, basically,
Yes,
as you're
yeah.
pushing it along. You're
Yeah,
stepping
and I
on
thought-
the
I'm a little
train.
disappointed that
Maybe
you didn't
throw
take the
this in the
opportunity
sewer.
to put it on and wear it down the block and then take
I'm
it
not
back
allowed to
off.
look at it. I can't even look at it.
It would probably fit you, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Pam is built like a man. So I says to Pam, get out of my face. And then I says, are you aware of the color?
Yellow bitch.
And she said, yeah. And I was like, all right.
I've heard of that color.
Moving the fuck on. Cracking the code this week. What if I told you, Drabs, that we're only on this part of segment 1?
Did you post this on the Slack?
I did.
I really thought
Oh,
this was
I
gonna
looked
be a
this
fast
morning and there wasn't
episode,
anything.
and just no.
That's right, Drabby. They say the only cure for the scourge. That is, I have no idea how long we've been talking about
Wait, did you
things.
guys really record segment 2 already?
Yeah, seriously.
No, we would never
Oh,
do
you
that.
didn't?
Yes.
No.
No? Yes. Yes?
That's
No.
right, Drabs. Knowledge.
And now,
Definitely knowledge.
I don't feel that
ACES
bad.
radio
if you did.
exclusive.
It's only 8.
We're not protecting.
Cracking the code.
This is the
They
part you
say
don't talk
it.
about.
Everything
talk
we
over
do
the intro.
is for the city.
What? We explain it.
Who we are is for the city.
You reap the benefits.
What? They speak English and what?
this table.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
What's wrong with this?
Like I can't like lean on it, and the like bark is like just ripping my skin off.
For Columbus, indeed, John. Welcome back to another edition of Greg's-planations, which was going to be called Cracking the Code, but Podcast for Columbus is bad and should feel bad. This week's Cracking the Code clip comes to us from the law. That's right, Drabs. There was a, so Precourt Sports Ventures had this motion to dismiss. They don't want
to dismiss what?
The law.
They had a motion to dismiss the law.
That's right.
Okay.
They said we
That's
don't
how
think
law works.
this should apply to us.
Go away.
That's right.
Law, and the law says, "I'm sorry, I will leave now."
That's right. That's what Steve Abreu said. He's the law.
Right.
He's the East Coast Ultra. He's a pearl clutcher.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
So they gave this motion to dismiss, and the city had then filed their response.
It's called a "fuck you" brief.
That's right. That's exactly what it's called. And in that brief, it says the following in 3, 2, 1.
When defendants suggested that they were exploring the possibility of relocating the crew, members of the Columbus community rallied to save the team. They have engaged in a massive effort to prevent it from being dragged away from Columbus. Among other things, community members have partnered with the CRIS program to provide tickets to international refugees living in Columbus, organized efforts designed to increase ticket sales and fill Moffray Stadium, and developed an entirely fan-made jersey, which was supported and sponsored by local businesses. In toto, crew supporters effectively informed the Shadow Front office and conducted on a volunteer basis the same types of promotional efforts that would typically be performed by paid staff. Hashtag YOLO swag 24/7 blaze. Let me smash.
There's a lot to digest there.
Yeah, whoever wrote that particular paragraph, you should never have to buy a beer again in your life because we love all of the little Easter eggs that you put in that.
That's pretty dang cool.
Thank you, Ralph. Yes, there's a lot to digest here, Drabs. You got your Toto, which is in reference to the failing GCG Bag song, Can't Love in All the Places.
That's
by
definitely
Billy
the
Ray
name
Cyrus.
of the song.
No, so there's
and the Dragged Away reference.
Dragged Away. There's Shadow Front Office is perhaps my favorite. They said massive twice in like 2 sentences. The Shadow Front Office thing is kind of like taking on legs of its own here in the last like 24 hours. There's a lot to digest, but if you were a person who was on the internet, Drabs, and you were like, I need to crack this code, you would say the following words about the words that we just heard. Back to you.
Yeah, it was, I think, very gratifying to have somebody acknowledge in the Columbus community the work that the organization as a whole, and like I don't mean like the hashtag group, the leadership group. Literally, if you have ever done anything as a part of Save the Crew, you are a part of this.
Specifically me.
Specifically not Morgan, who does jack shit other than be a camera hog.
That's right. Dom Taberry said.
But yeah, in all of the ways that the people of this community have stood up, this was a nice little acknowledgement. But it speaks. I mean, none of it is made up. None of it is exaggerated. These are all literally things that have been done. So if the bullshit argument is that this team doesn't have sufficient support, literally everything that's happened are things that a fucking front office should be doing right now.
Yeah.
When there are billboards, when there are marketing efforts, when there are efforts to get butts in seats, like those are things that you want from a legitimate front office. And instead, a bunch of unpaid assholes are stepping up to do that. And this is what we do. This is why we do it. We support this team, and having somebody come in and say, you know what, we're going to do the legal route, but let's also take a second and just say, this is pretty dang cool. That's great. And I think
that's pretty dang cool.
It gets to what I assume is going to be one of the core arguments. I mean, I know there's going to be the legal wrangling, but this is also a PR fight.
Sure.
And so having
everything is
those conversations that makes a difference.
Yeah. Fantastic explanation, Drabs. Fantastic. John, when you see when you see that statement come out, And there are so many references in an official legal document that is going to be on record within the forever in our democracy. And there are references to like our friends in our community and our like the little nuances that make crew fandom the beautiful thing that it is. I mean, like, what kind of emotions are you feeling when you see that?
Well, it's fun and it's nice, right? Like, I think it's a good sign that they're not just.
John Zadar has coughed into the microphone.
You're right. It did. It's a good sign that they're not just going through the motions with this thing, right?
Yeah.
They're invested in it, and whether they were existing crew fans or not, they're clearly like getting in the mood and getting in the spirit and having some fun with it. And I think that's an encouraging thing, because when you're having fun while you're doing your job, then that means you're doing your best work. So obviously, we want them doing their best work on this. So I think it's great.
Yeah, it really puts to bed the argument that like, oh, Mike DeWine's running for governor. He's only doing this so that he can get scored political points. There are crew fans behind the fucking scenes here,
right?
Like, come on.
And and a state attorney general is doing a lot of crap, I assume, in a given day. Like, he's not necessarily writing these documents. Whoever wrote that is most likely not Mike DeWine. Some staff member, some assistant attorney general, whatever. So, yeah, the actual the forces. I mean, DeWine is key in this, because without his signing off, this stuff doesn't happen.
Yeah, but it's how organizations work. The people at the top,
Yeah, I mean, it's team. Yeah, it's team effort and it's delegation, and those guys at the top.
Yeah, so
don't do these kinds of things. They have their clerks and whomever do that kind of stuff, and then they just say.
Yeah,
give me the brief on what you've got here, and
I said that all the time.
Yay or nay.
But yeah,
give me the brief.
Give me the brief, John.
Give me the brief.
Yeah, dismissing it as
let's actually do it right now.
A stunt.
Okay.
Is like that's not how it works.
John, give me the brief.
Yeah, the brief.
Yep.
Like in full, or do you just want a summary, or what kind of brief?
I'd like the brief, John.
Sometimes you like it one way, and sometimes you like it the other.
John, give me the brief.
Are you bent over on the floor?
I'm about to be. Give me the brief, John.
All right, the brief here is that we're going to save the crew.
That's the short.
That's what he asked for. The brief.
The brief.
Okay.
Literally in that context.
Hold on.
Are you not satisfied? What is that? What was that?
We interrupt this regularly. Would you whistle?
I thought
whistling in the microphone?
I thought you made a new one.
We go now to the continuing champion who wants the brief.
What is this, Vice?
In the field. See?
What are you doing?
We go now. Darby, give me the brief.
He didn't like my brief, huh?
No. Save the crew.
Darby, take them off and hand him your briefs.
Give me your briefs.
I don't care how much old man poos in.
Nope, you're getting the long one. Absolutely not. Nope.
No, you're getting the long one.
Still doing it.
Briefs off.
Oh my God.
Nope, that's my fear. I'm definitely not getting a long
All
one.
things sag with age.
You're getting the short one. You're getting the short one.
He meant his nutsack.
Oh my God, sweet mother of God. All right,
just that one ball here that doesn't stop growing. That's the long one.
Dude, you can cut
what
that.
the actual fuck is going on here?
Darby's like, I've got one nut hair
I
that I haven't
around.
trimmed in 30 years.
That's how you keep from pretending that you're bald, right?
Wrapped it around.
You wrap it around.
Now I'm
grow the
picturing,
ball
it's
hair.
like, I'm picturing your
up the
nutsack
back.
looks like just like a little, like a ball of steel wool, but it's
How about new?
Basically, yeah.
How about new?
poor Kristen.
Is there a way I can turn this on repeat?
How about new?
Let's see. I thought there was like
Maybe you just crank the volume on it.
fade out, plays over track, repeat.
How about new?
No, so that's good enough. Jesus Christ. So I think we do need to take these moments during this thing where we go, this kind of movement that we all started together as a family, as a community, it's now on the record. That's fucking sweet. They talked about the jersey that we made. They referenced our goddamn Africa song. These are unique moments that not everybody gets to experience. And it happened in our lives, and it happened because of something that we all did together. And I think that that's really fucking cool. And it's another reason that you can't destroy us. It's not possible. We're too unique and we're too relevant. We're too in existence to destroy. And that's what I think. That's what I think, Drabs. And I don't care what you say. You talk to me all the time. You say, Morgan, I think that this community should be destroyed.
Is it what you think, or is it what you know?
And I'll respond to that the same way that I always do. Put your pants back on. I don't want the short one. It doesn't interest me.
You want the long one. Got it.
I want the long one. Now the studio audience knows. Don't talk over this.
He's absolutely right.
Trim that one hair and that one hair only.
Wait till he falls asleep and then just like slowly feed it down up his nose and down his throat.
Oh my fucking god, dude!
Thing is, yeah, that's pretty fucking gross. The thing is, I don't want to trim it though because I've been growing that one ball hair longer than Alex Thomas was growing his dreadlocks.
Wait, did you just say it was bloody? Why is it bloody?
No, ball hair.
Oh, okay. Ball hair. Okay. Ew, Alex's dreadlocks were old
feeding
and
in his
long.
nose, out his mouth, and then just like floss his sinuses with
just
my
like
ball
let
hair.
let him wake up right like based because you're like sliding it back and forth.
Right.
It's like, can you imagine that?
Oh, he's imagining it right now.
I feel like I just ate one cherry tomato. God, disgusting. Moving on to Man Balls of the Week. Reminder, this is a combination of Man of the Match and Game Balls, which as a term is too long as opposed to this explanation, which is disgusting. I can't believe you did that, Darby. I'll never floss in front of you ever again. We go to you first, Drabby Shranfist. Your Man Balls of the Week, my friend.
Yeah, first man ball goes to Mike Grella. I mean, Cinderella story there. Hasn't played in almost a year. Comes in, scores a game-winning goal. Incidentally, his first MLS goal was against us. It was a game winner against us. So
douche.
He's also balanced out the karmic scales a bit.
Mike Grella, I'm Italian.
Yeah. Second man ball goes to Abubakar. I don't care what y'all say. I can't fault him for that goal. So fuck all y'all.
My name is Abubakar. Sean Sitar, the wet boy. Your man balls.
I'm gonna give one man ball to the return of the Mike Grella. Good to have you back.
That's what they say.
Good to have you. I guess not back, but
Return
you
of
here.
the Mike. Yes, it is. Return of the Mike.
yeah. See, AJS, that's already better than any song you've ever
Pump
written.
up the
Took us
crowd.
3 seconds. My second man ball, obviously, going to the gangster Flash baby for just
He
being
approaches
himself.
the baby gangster.
It's great.
For trying to break
Lots of-
Morgan's camera.
Yeah, I mean, lots of reasons. That is
Yeah.
the leading reason, but
Literally not the first time I've had my ass beat by Gangster Crew, baby.
Or any child, for that matter.
No, certainly not. No. Fantastic second man ball to Gangster Crew, baby. He's a child, so he will appreciate the testosterone. My first man ball goes to myself.
I'm sorry, what?
Fuck right
My
off with
first
that.
man
I'm
ball
pretty
goes to
sure.
myself.
Didn't we
That's
try?
not how that works.
Didn't we try to do that? And he said no.
Yeah, we all said that we agreed that as long as it was me doing it. It would
Okay,
be
so
fine.
now we all have one
Morgan,
man
No,
ball.
that's not what I'm
Morgan
saying.
forfeits his man ball.
My
His
first man ball goes to myself for being so great at
and
moving.
we'll take it away from you.
No, I'll take one man ball away from Pam and
Well, Pam doesn't have any.
give myself a second man ball.
Oh, she
Now
has
Pam
two.
has
She has
0.
both of his already.
Okay, so I'll take both of mine back, and now I have 4.
Wait,
Two
hold,
of-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, because
Where
I
did
just
4
gave
come
myself
from?
2, and then I took my old 2.
Because he has 2, and then he had
And he
a third
took-
one that he tucks.
Yeah, so I'd like to give the 4 existing to myself. So now I have 8.
That's definitely not how math
Your
works.
math is bad.
This is a gas station cash exchange.
Darby, get the
scheme.
hair out.
God damn this.
My second man ball also goes to myself. So I now have 9 man balls.
Wait,
I'm a
what?
very good mover. Pam is terrible at moving. Pam knew.
Are you guys done?
No. Because Pam thought the move was over once the couch and the bed had
Oh,
been
Pam
moved.
thought the move was done when there was things
Wait.
to fall asleep on.
Yes, that's exactly
What,
right.
Okay.
do you still have the surplus couch?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Nice.
Why?
Morgan took a hand-me-down couch.
Why did you
'cause
move that?
he
I
can't
took a
afford-
risk, John, and it didn't pay off.
What was the risk?
Well, the people that owned the house before we bought it are moving to San Francisco,
Right.
And they were like, "Oh, we can't move all this shit across country. Like, would
That's
you
why
like
you have a hot tub and a piano and things like that.
Yes, and
Yeah.
so
Good
eventually they were like, "Okay, do you want this?" And I was like, "No, I'm done buying your stuff." And they were like, "Okay, we'll just leave it." And then they asked about the couch.
Which you should have led with that. Like, no, I don't want to pay for any of your stuff, and then they would have left it all for free.
That's right.
That's true. Yeah.
I thought they were going to do the same thing with the couch, so I was taking a calculated risk, and it did not pay off.
Oh, they did. They were like, "We're not leaving you the free couch.
Exactly.
We're
Exactly.
taking that." If
Pam
you're
and I
not-
were driving down the street on Sunday morning, right before they were leaving for good, and we took possession.
They
and
loading it out into
yes.
the van.
And I was like,
So you're still stuck with
They
like
probably dumped it on
the
campus
shitty
somewhere.
Pam couch.
"Oh my god." her ass has been in the same place for so many hours.
Yeah,
of
you can't.
that the spring has sprung
I
up
know.
from the bottom.
It's awful.
Oh my god!
You can't. It like a third of the couch is unusable.
Oh yeah. But that's where she sits, and it's the only place where you would sit if you wanted to sit on that pile.
Well,
of
of
shit.
course that's where she sits.
Yeah.
She just kind of like falls there and like it just slides in. Like
that's exactly how it
There's
happens.
a groove, so like even if she sits somewhere else, you just sort of.
I realized what I was saying as I said it.
God, leave some mystery for the wedding night, John. I can't believe you've done this. If you enjoyed the shitlordery on segment 1, I've got some great news for you. We're coming up on segment 2 with the front office of FC Columbus. My God, what a treat. We've been doing this for 83 episodes, and no one from the fucking crew has ever come on this show. FC Columbus has existed for 2 weeks, and their entire front office is here.
We've had people on from the
We've
crew.
had Frankie.
We
Definitely.
had Weston. We had Frankie. We had.
I mean from the actual front office.
JP. We had.
I'm talking about Lambo. I'm talking about Clark Beacom. I'm talking about Phil Goldfart. Like the real people who make it happen. Nobody cares about Weston. Oh, I mowed the lawn. Oh, I'm Weston. I'm from Smallville.
He's won more awards than anyone else in the front office.
Roasted. If you've enjoyed the roastings on the end of segment 1, we're coming up on segment 2. People are here, and you're listening to a stupid podcast about the Columbus Crew.
Here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show. Though we paving the road that's opposed to the dodo. Going over your head like a top hat. Stop that. I know you hear me spitting these hot raps. Now watch that beat, cause it's about to drop. The Rockets is the 09 jump off. Yeah, your last name Pan, first name Peter. I know you see me playing and you want me to teach you, but I say elevated so that all God's creatures can hear me shout it out like my name is Aretha. Getting RESPECT. Fly by, see the looks on your faces. Cause I'm in full EFFECT. Jet setting on a daily basis. David F. Man, you don't stop. David, you won't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah, I'm an ace pilot, yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach, and to my first class folks, we'll show you how to scrape the sky. As the curvature of the earth takes shape, fly fast forward like a videotape and no cape. Just follow my jet stream, proud in the clouds on the boom in your precinct. I'll have no trampoline, black box in the pocket of my jet jeans. Shine with the stars so bright, even NYC sees me. Get that?
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, celebrity fans, all you fools listening on your iPhones. Welcome back. It is segment 2 here on episode 83 of the trash podcast known as ACES Radio. As I accidentally turn the volume up on the intro music, Darby, I remind you, specifically you as always, that we are not recording this out of order at all. Your thoughts?
No, this is definitely segment 2, which comes after segment 1 and before segment 3.
Drabs, we would never record segment 2 before segment 1 because that's not how numbers work, my friend.
It's unprecedented in the history of the podcast.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Brought to you as always by Blood and Urine. My name is the continuing champion, Morgan Hughes. Here we are at Endeavor Brewing Company. It's segment 2, Drabs, which can only mean one thing. If you've listened to any episodes of ACES Radio, first of all, why do you do this to yourself? You have poor taste in entertainment. Second of all, you know that on segment 2, we have celebrity guests every week, and this week is no different. If I could, Drabs, if it's all right with you, I wanted to go ahead and unmute Channel 2 for the rest of my life.
Yeah, why start now?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could, welcome to the program 2 celebrity fans, both from the front office of FC Columbus, the newest soccer team in town. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Anderson and Daryl Hughes. Justin and Daryl, welcome to ACES Radio.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're not recording this out of order at all. How dare you make that? I can't believe you did that. Justin, we met a couple weeks ago at a crew game. Backstory, you said...
I jumped you is what happened.
I hate you. I'm here to kill you. And I said, can we talk about soccer instead? And you said, what a glorious idea.
When you say jump, do you mean like as in a beat down, like into a gang, or do you mean jump in a more
No, I
sexual
literally
manner?
snuck up on him.
Oh, okay.
I snuck up on him. I was really creepy, and I just kind of stuck up and said, hey, man.
It was horrible.
Do you think we could talk about FC Columbus?
I said, who are you? What are you doing in my bedroom? How'd you get in here? Daryl, I wanted to say first and foremost to you, welcome to ACES Radio. I'm a big fan of your last name. Are we related?
We are not, thankfully.
Okay. Now, remember when I said talking to the microphone? You're not doing that. I can't believe it. You're poor on podcasts, which is why I think that we're related, because I'm also garbage on this.
Well, this is my first go on a podcast, so please forgive me.
I'm happy to have you here. Let's start you both off with the... and I guess we have questions here, and you guys can both answer them. Neither one of you can answer them. It doesn't matter. This is kind of loosey-goosey.
Yeah. Although if neither one of you answers them, it's going to be really awkward really fast. So.
That's true, Drabs. That's a good point.
We will do our best to.
Do you have some good music to play if no one answers anything?
Actually, if Darby wants to, you want to do your thing?
This episode of ACES Radio is brought to you by Awkward Silences.
I was hoping he wouldn't do anything. Fantastic. So let's start you off with a question. Daryl, how would crew fans know you?
I don't think they would. I'm a behind-the-scenes kind of guy and try to stay out of the public. So.
Okay. So what is your position with FC Columbus?
Formerly, it's general manager of the organization.
You're the GM. You're the Mark McCullers.
I am the GM. Absolutely.
Fantastic. Are you the president of business operations as well?
Why not?
What about sporting director? Those are my two favorite soccer
I will
terms.
leave that to Justin, but
all right,
two titles, that's all I can handle right now.
Okay, GM of FC Columbus, thanks for joining us. Justin, what is your position within the front office?
I'm basically doing all the communication work, so website, doing stuff like this, reaching out to people to have conversations about FC Columbus, a lot of the marketing stuff, Twitter, Instagram, all the hats.
Good Lord. I mean, when do you sleep anymore?
I don't sleep.
Okay.
He does all the real work.
I was sitting in my bed last night trying to fall asleep, and I was like, I just don't have enough time in the day anymore.
No.
And about 3 months ago, I did.
Yeah. But you did this to yourself voluntarily.
Oh, yeah,
We'll
totally
get into that. But before we do, why don't you both tell Drabs and I where you're from originally?
So I'll go ahead first. Born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. I grew up in Worthington. J.J. Bain, who is the director of operations, we both went to Wellington together. We've known each other for about 25 years. So our friendship is long in the making. And I went away for a little bit, came back to Columbus, and have realized, after traveling the world, Columbus is probably my favorite city in the world. So this opportunity is something that I'm, fully invested in and fully behind, and hope that we can, kind of create an atmosphere where both the crew and FC Columbus can exist.
Lovely. How about you, Daryl?
I'm a West Side guy. Grew up there, went out to Indiana for college, came back home. Married a lady.
West Side, like Compton?
West Side, Hilliard.
Oh, West Side, Columbus.
Well, just outside Hilliard.
I got you.
That's probably the more recognizable place on the West Side.
Okay.
So came back home and married somebody from Upper Arlington. That's where we currently reside.
Oh, my God. Your wife is from UA?
She is.
What year did you graduate?
91.
Okay, so I would not know her. I was class of 2000.
Much before then.
I'm a lot younger, Drabs. They call me one of the youngest cats on the street. A lot of people are saying that. I've been keeping my ear to the street, and people are like, Morgan, you're so young. How did this happen? I'm like, well, thank you. And that's back to you.
Yeah, you said, see, my mom and my dad, they were at this family reunion.
No, no one wants that.
With Pete Schnapps.
No, please, no. No. Moving on, last. So let's get really generic about this, because FC Columbus is such a new thing that I feel like there probably are people who are like, what the hell are you talking about, FC Columbus? For those who don't know yet, tell us what Daryl. Tell us what FC Columbus is, what it's all about, what league we're talking about, and all the good stuff. Where you play. Back to you.
Sure. FC Columbus is a new men's team that was started this past year. We are a part of the National Premier Soccer League. We are one of approximately 90 plus teams within the league.
Wow.
And our headquarters or base is in Grandview.
Okay.
Just right around the corner from here. We picked that location just because we have some strong roots from a club organization here in Grandview. Mazia Chate, who is the coach of the team, was a former coach over at Grandview Heights with their soccer program. His youth soccer club that he has run since 1995 is based in Upper Arlington and Grandview, so we thought this would be a great location. We love the intimacy of the community. We've had great support from Grandview. The environment was just right for us.
How does one get, at some point there has to be a person that decides, okay, I'm doing this. I'm going to make a soccer team a thing. What is that process like, or what is that decision-making process like on that what is the N? I'm sorry, I forgot the NWPSL.
NPSL, National Premier Soccer League.
I'm an idiot and I can't read, so that's my excuse. How does that happen? What's the decision making process like?
I think it's a evolutionary type of thing. It's Mazia started out with a youth soccer club in 1995, and his vision has always been to make an impact in the soccer world. He has a very strong background in soccer, coming from Jamaica and playing for the University of Maryland. And just over time, you just kind of put the building blocks in place. And the NPSL concept was probably something he'd been working on for about 3 years, just working with the league and trying to figure out the best way to get this up and running. And there's a lot of moving parts and pieces, one of which is obvious, creating a roster. So it's not something you do overnight.
Yeah.
But he's always had this vision of trying to impact soccer in the U.S., and he felt this was a perfect opportunity through the NPSL to do that.
Cool. Justin, go ahead.
Yeah, so the NPSL team is something that has come through, like Daryl said, through a process that's been going on for about 5 years. But they have had a men's team in the I think it's the men's league here in Columbus for as long as I can remember. Mm-hmm. And JJ's been playing on that team. There's been a lot of guys that are going to be participating with the NPSL team who have also played on that. So it's a process that's been ongoing. It's not something that was just out of the blue.
So it was more of like an evolution as opposed to like a decision.
Yeah, it definitely, it's a good word, an evolution. He's been thinking about this for a while. There was thoughts about, okay, do we do a USL team? Do we do an NPSL team? Do we do a PDL team? There's a lot of different lower level leagues in the country that a guy can get into if he's got enough capital.
Sure.
So the NPSL decision, I think, is based on the fact that there are, like Daryl said, 90 plus teams, and it's
that's a lot.
It's across the entire country, and the way it's broken up is that you have those 90 plus teams, but then they're split into conferences. So we play in the Great Lakes Conference, but then that conference is also in the Midwest. And like we've kind of mentioned through our social media, the end goal for us is to get into the U.S. Open Cup, and that process was one that was very lengthy, just using that men's team here in Columbus through the men's league. So by taking that next step and putting ourselves in the NPSL, that process is shortened. There's less games that we have to win in order to qualify for that U.S. Open Cup, and we have lofty goals, right? The U.S. Open Cup. Opens a lot of doors for us. So if you win the U.S. Open Cup, right, you get to participate in CONCACAF, and then if you win CONCACAF, you have the ability to participate in the Club World Cup. And
those are lofty goals.
They are very lofty goals.
Those are the loftiest of goals.
But that's the pathway, right? That's the pathway that every club in the United States wants. So if we were to stay in that that men's league kind of area, right? It's very difficult.
Yeah. Well, give the audience an idea of when you say there are 90 teams, are there some teams in this league that people will recognize? The one that springs to mind is the Detroit team.
Yeah, the Detroit team is very popular, and one of the things that they don't have to deal with is having another club in their city, right?
Yeah.
So they've been around for the past 5 years, and if you look at them, right, they are very impressive. They sell out their stadium. Their fan base is very active, and If we're talking out loud, right? That's one of the things that we're striving for.
Sure.
We want that type of environment.
Yeah, it's never a bad idea to look at those who have been successful and go, hey, how can we not necessarily mimic, but what are the things that they've done that have worked? We talk about it all the time here on ACES Radio when we talk about the new bright, shiny stadiums in MLS. They have they have the good fortune of looking at the tiny Demon Fortress and going, well, I mean, like they did this right and they did that poorly, and build upon that. So that's just business. Daryl, are you a soccer guy? I mean, like, how'd you get into soccer? It seems to me as a GM, you kind of have to have a little bit of both of a business ability and kind of an idea of soccer beyond the casual fan. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm not a soccer.
That.
Well, you ask good questions on the show.
Yeah, Darby, are you taking notes?
No, it was an average question.
It's a great question.
I feel like
even says under the question,
this is great question.
Yeah. Back to you, Daryl.
No, I'm not a soccer guy by background. I was a track guy, And
what were your
long distance?
I was long distance. Yeah, you can look at my frame. I certainly was not a sprinter nor a shot putter.
A lot of people are saying the field events are where to go. High jump, long jump, triple jump. They say those are what, like all those guys get most of the girls. That's just the word on the street. And that word is mine.
No comment.
I say that a lot.
No comment.
Back to you.
But moving back to Upper Arlington, I have 2 kids, both boys, and I wanted them to be involved in more of what I would consider a team sport. Soccer was I tried baseball with my oldest son, and it was just boring. Soccer was a very, very active sport, and it was a sport that every kid could participate in regardless of the skill level, and it really took off with both my kids. And just through my relationship with the Santos Football Club that Mozzie runs as a youth organization, got more involved in helping manage I shouldn't say help manage, but just with my role within the organization and my background as a lawyer, being a corporate transactional guy, he asked me to participate with the FC Columbus initiative. So that's how I got involved with this initiative.
So the next question is to both of you, and I'm really interested in this because this is, you can talk to anybody in any organization. It doesn't have to be soccer. It can be a widget company if you want to talk business 101. But on some level, there is some risk involved in getting involved with a startup. Whether it's in Silicon Valley or Grandview Heights, the risk of and again, we're just talking out loud, and there's a risk of
prefacing things.
Sorry, but there's a risk of failing. There's a risk of failing anytime you start something new, and being associated with that kind of failure kind of dictates who you are. And that isn't to say that I think FC Columbus is going to fail, but it's a big role to take on. I mean, like I said to you, Justin, and we'll start with you. You don't sleep anymore. So not only is there a risk of going, I put all my time and energy into something that didn't work, but also I don't have time for myself anymore. I've stopped showering. I don't remember what food tastes like. I haven't seen my mother in weeks. She could be dead for all I know. Somebody did die in the city. Was it my mother? I don't know because I have a job now. Why get involved on that level? Back to you.
I would say that my first job out of college was with a startup. Granted, it was attached to a very global company that had a lot of capital behind it, but I've always been attracted to starting things. I don't know why that is, but it's been one of those things where JJ and I were having a conversation, and we were actually getting dinner, and he kind of, we're eating hamburgers, and he says, hey, do you think you might want to help? And I said, yeah, I've got the time. We've been friends a long time, and it just seemed like the right opportunity. And there's a lot of time investment into it, but
more or less than you expected.
About as much as I expected, I think. I think I'm doing a couple of things that I didn't think I'd be doing, but it's been so far a great process. I'm learning a lot. And one of the reasons why I originally got into it was because I was going to be offered the opportunity to kind of do stuff that I had thought I wanted to do in college. And college is a very weird place, right? You're there and you're trying to figure out what you want to do, and then you're like, okay, I got it. This is what I'm going to do. But
you ever worry about mixing your passion with your professional life, and does one take away from the other? Is that something that you think about?
No, I don't think so. My professional life right now is something that I do because I think I'm pretty good at it, and this is an opportunity to pursue a passion. So, if this manifests into something that is bigger and it grows on to grow, then I'll stop doing what my professional life I'm doing in my professional life right now, and hopefully pursue that passion. And that's probably one of the reasons why I originally took it on. But it's I don't really have a fear of, like you were talking about, over my head saying, oh, what if this fails? Like that's never encountered, in my thoughts.
Yeah, I think that's part of how you have to feel.
Yeah, I fully believe that, we're going to make it to the Club World Cup. Like that's the goal, and I'm fully bought in. And whatever I can do to get us there, I'm going to do. So
that was literally like the second thing you said is mentioning the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, all right.
Like
we got a whole thing here.
Yeah, I really believe that we have the talent in the city to produce players that are capable of competing on that level. So getting behind Moz and helping him, achieve that goal is something that I'm fully invested in.
Okay. Daryl, I'll put the same question to you. You come at this from a different perspective than Justin does. It sounds to me like you have, people are talking about you being one of the top lawmen in the game. You're a top lawyer. And you said, I got a couple kids now. They're the best soccer players in the world. They're going to be the best soccer players in the world. But then you're like, you know what I want to do? I want to get involved on the ground floor of something that is not established. And I want to do the dirty work. And, that takes a lot.
It does. But there's a void in Columbus at this tier. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, there's an opportunity. And there's an opportunity to impact U.S. soccer. And that is a very much a great objective and goal to go with. And, I have a personal stake just because I have kids that are involved in soccer, and I've seen the vision that Mozzie has, and it's very difficult not to buy into that. And
you think you would have been as bought in if you didn't have kids that – it just sounds like if you say, okay, there's a void in soccer and in Columbus, and that is how do these kids or young adults, if they're not pros yet and they are in their off season, how do they continue to grow?
Well, and I think that's a great point, and that's exactly why NPSL has a phenomenal product, and that's where I think we fit in is, once you get past high school and you're in college, there's really not an opportunity for many kids to have soccer in the summertime, and this is a phenomenal opportunity for people coming out of high school and college athletes to have an avenue to hone their craft. And there have been athletes and soccer players from NPSL that have made it into the MLS. And that's exactly the vision of what Mozzie has, just to create that opportunity to help athletes get to the next level.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have had that shot. You're talking about guys that wouldn't have accomplished their dreams.
Exactly.
Without this outlet.
And that's perfectly said, and that's exactly what Mozzie is looking towards for this initiative.
Yeah.
It's giving that opportunity.
It's one thing to talk about smaller cities, like if you're saying, Fort Wayne or Chicago, like shitty cities. I'm talking like bottom of the barrel crap, Seattle, like shithole places. Like Columbus is a big city. And you're talking about a metric crapload of people that are kind of slipping through the cracks in this current system.
Yeah, and I think that's a very good point. Is that we exist in order to be able to provide that kind of entry level point into professional soccer. None of the guys that we have on our team are getting paid, right? They're all college players or guys that are recently out of college or even kind of at the high school level later, 18 years old. So
you're a team full of people who are trying to prove something,
right? And we're a team full of people who are from this community. One of the things that I saw, which kind of frustrated me right off the bat on Twitter, was somebody came out and said, this roster doesn't look like it's from Columbus. They're wrong, right? A lot of the guys on our roster have been here for a very long time.
Well, what does that even mean? Doesn't look like they're from Columbus.
Well, he was basing. So we put out a roster during our game, and he looked at it and he said he just didn't see.
They're like African last names. Is that what that means? Well, there are a lot of people from Columbus that are also from other places.
Exactly.
Jesus, you go back far enough, we're all like Fertile Crescent FC fans.
Right.
What are we even talking about?
And luckily, somebody chimed in, so I didn't have to, and kind of put him in his place. But the thing we want to communicate is that we are a grassroots program, and the guys that you are going to see on the field, you're going to see them doing their day jobs, right? Yeah. And that's something that's pretty unique, because if you look back, right, on the growth of the game around the globe, this is the way the EPL started, right? It was a bunch of guys who were playing soccer because they had a passion for it, but they were also going to work during the day.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why this is also very unique, is because
it's even how early MLS started,
right? And it kind of gives credence to the fact that your community is a part of your club, and your club is a part of your community. So that's one of the things that we want to get out there is that guys, we're a part of this community.
Yeah.
You're going to see the faces on the field at the grocery store. You're going to see them at the gas station. You're going to see them at the bar, and you're going to be able to interact with them. They're not on another level than you.
Yeah, well, my girlfriend sees Artur and Pedro Sanch at the grocery store at the Kroger down on High Street. I don't. They're out of ginger ale every time I go there.
Right,
but she sees Pedro Sanch. I'm unable to buy soda. It's an outrageous double standard.
But sometimes you get into a situation where professional athletes seem like they're larger than life and they're not one of you, right?
Podcast host too. This guy, Darby.
Exactly.
You see him at like the Chinese takeout place down the street, and he's like, "Oh, I'm too good to talk to you." I'm like, Darby, you left your wallet.
I keep demanding free sushi at Fusion, and they don't give it to me.
There's there's got to be something in this for you. ACES Radio is a terrible thing. So let's talk about success criteria. This is something that I think, from an organizational perspective, is not talked about nearly enough. Whether it be a soccer team or a widget factory or a supporter group. I've said this in crew circles before. I'm like, even if we're talking about Nor on tour, we're talking about a bus trip to Philly or to Chicago, like. What is our success criteria? Because this is going to give us the ability to grow. Did we hit our goal or not? What prevented us from getting there? What are our rocks? What are the bottlenecks? If we can define what success means, we can replicate it and we can continue to grow. If you don't predefine success criteria, you are 96% of the time doomed to failure. So tell me, Daryl, what success looks like for FC Columbus in year one.
Sure. I think there's two criteria. The first one being it being in a position to be in the playoffs for the NPSL and vying for a league title. And the second one, I think, is filling the stands for our FC Columbus home games. We certainly see the standard that other clubs out there, whether it's Chattanooga or Detroit, and they have a phenomenal fan base. We would love to be able to replicate that with our club in Grandview, and we think that's certainly possible.
Yeah. How about you, Justin? What do you think is a success for FC Columbus?
Yeah, I think that on the field, we're hoping to compete for our conference championship, and then from there,
which conference is this, by the way?
The Great Lakes Conference.
All right,
and then from there, winning that, progressing through into the kind of the national regional pool of teams.
The playoff thing sounds interesting because of how many teams there are, and how many conferences they are. You know what I mean? Like every playoff could be just like non-repeating, participants forever.
Right.
Over 90 teams. Like that's crazy.
Right. And so, that's our on the field goal. I think our off the field goal is to create, as he said, to fill the stands, obviously, but we're also trying to create an environment that is exciting for people. And I think that, if you look at the way, Nordic has been created, right? That's a very exciting environment. And we want that type of environment in our stadium. And being able to, create that in our own unique way, to be able to, include all types of people in Columbus. Whether you were born here or you immigrated here or you recently moved here for a job, right? We want you to enjoy your time in the stands. We want our team to be very exciting. I like to say that we're going to play heavy metal football. We want to win 6-5. We don't want to win 1-0. We want exciting soccer, and I think that we're going to give that to you. But the whole thing is that we want to create a party atmosphere. That's what we want, and we want people to enjoy their time. When they come to the
this
stadium.
Business model is literally the Columbus Chill, and it worked.
Right, it did.
I like that. I'm gonna skip over 7. I'm gonna go right to 8 because I think this is important. It kind of ties into 9. And for the listeners who aren't looking at the screen, just deal with it. We don't care about you. We never
such
have.
Great
We're not
radio.
starting today. So October 16th, 2017. You guys were there. You remember, mostly because it wasn't that long ago. Justin, start with you. Talk to us about that day to you, because this is something we're asking everyone this season. Because in our city, in our soccer community here in Columbus, this is like the Kennedy assassination or walking on the moon or 9/11. It's going to be something that we all have a story about until we die. I was here. I was thinking this. I refreshed my feed and saw that guy. Talk to me about what you remember about October 16th.
Yeah, so it was, it was another day in the beginning, right? I went to work, came home, was hanging out, I cooked dinner with my girlfriend, and just perusing Twitter. At the end of the day, trying to wind down, and you're scrolling through it, and it popped up, and somebody had said, Anthony Precourt comes out saying he's gonna move the Crew unless we get a new stadium and better corporate support. And I kind of looked at it and I was like, this has got to be a joke. Like somebody's, is this actually going to happen, right? And then, the dark thoughts started creeping in, and I thought back to when he originally purchased the team, and I remember thinking, this guy's from California, like he's not a Columbus guy, even though he says he wants to be. And
he said he was going to buy a place here,
right? He did, and I think there's even rumors that somebody, a wealthy individual, had given him a house to stay in, and he turned it down.
I have not heard that yet.
Good.
Goddamn.
Good times. And so I kind of just took it for what it was, and I went to bed and I woke up the next morning, and I think, having talked to you, you and I kind of had a similar kind of aha moment in the morning. I walked out, my bedroom. There's a picture on the wall. It has every jersey from the beginning until 2016.
Courtesy of Ed.
Yeah, Ed did that. My girlfriend got it for me for my birthday. It was a great birthday present. Yeah.
Ed also designed the FCC logo.
He did, and he designed our jerseys too.
And a great job he did. Good Lord, that guy murdered it because they are beautiful.
So we, we talked about it, Kelsey and I, and then I kind of just thought, this can't be the end, right? There's got to be something. There's got to be something that we can do. And I immediately kind of jumped, feet first in, and reached out to you in hopes to help and help draft some of those early on letters in the wee moments of Save the Crew.
Yeah.
But I've been watching the Crew since they were playing in Ohio Stadium, and it's been a part of my life. And it's how I got into soccer. And it's one of those things that you didn't believe was happening, and then it continued to snowball and snowball and snowball and snowball. So, I kind of let you guys do your thing, right? And you guys have done a great job, and it's one of those things that's very admirable. And
all credit to myself, none to Darby.
Fucking figurehead,
yeah,
whatever.
That's right.
But to be honest, it's been very impressive. And you guys have gotten the ears of a lot of important people, and now.
Blessed.
And they're making the moves, right? They're doing their part, and the hope is that it stays here in Columbus.
That was always the intention, was to create awareness so that the people who had the power to change this could change this. Daryl, the next question is for you, because the timing of FC Columbus being announced was I mean, some people looked at it and they're like, oh really, FC Columbus. How convenient that right when the Crew are threatened to be destroyed, those of us who kind of like had any semblance of, intellectual thought process go, this is probably really bad timing. Like, it's not like FC Columbus was like, oh, Anthony Precourt called us and he said, oh, we're going to just try to destroy this community. So we were like, let's get our business hats on and, so just address that for the final time, and then we can literally never talk about it again.
Sure. I can assure you, just the effort of putting a NPSL team together, it certainly wasn't done overnight. And as Justin and I had talked about earlier in the podcast, this is something that had been in the works for quite a few years. And the actual going through the application process with NPSL probably started at the beginning of 2017. Certainly, it didn't consummate until the admission into NPSL until later in 2017, hence coinciding with the Crew announcement. But correlation, no reflection, and quite honestly, we're not trying to compete or try to replace the Crew.
Right. And in early 2017, the only people that knew that the Crew were going to be threatened to move were Anthony Precourt, Dave Greeley, and the supporter group down in Austin. So, I mean, like, you guys are none of those people.
We had no insight. We were over on Thompson Park in Upper Arlington working on kids soccer at the time. So
did
Thompson
you have
Park,
like an oh crap moment or anything at all? Like when the announcement came out, did it occur to you that like the timing could wind up looking crappy or affecting you adversely?
Honestly, no. And maybe that's because we're naive, and maybe because it just really had no relation to us. We understand it's a business decision by the court, by the Crew. And again, we're not trying to compete with them. We have our own little space and niche with NPSL, and we can coexist. If the Crew stays here, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to impact us one way or another. And it's not going to impact how we approach the development of FC Columbus.
Yeah, and we've talked about this kind of same dynamic when FC. Cincinnati FC, whatever the hell the Rough Lads are called.
Foosball.
Foosball
Club
yeah.
FC Cincinnati.
Yeah. When Foosball Cincinnati started, there still are a lot of Crew fans down there. And, our kind of message was a reminder as always that you are capable as humans of liking two things at the same time. Exactly. You don't, just because you like one thing doesn't mean you have to destroy all other similar things.
You can be a Ford fan and a Chevy fan.
That's right. I mean,
unlikely but possible.
Yeah. I mean, you should. I mean, you should like two things. That is, it's part of what makes you a human is the capacity to critically think and to say, just because there are two of the same thing doesn't mean okay, that I have the shirt that Brent is wearing right now. It's a Crew Union shirt. I don't want to set that on fire so I can be the only one with that shirt. I'm okay with other things existing.
Probably a good analogy that maybe everybody would understand is the Columbus Clippers. I don't think are trying to compete with the Yankees.
Truth. I mean,
they can coexist, and I know that the Clippers are part of an Indians franchise now, but nonetheless, they can both exist, and it's not meant to replace the other.
Actually, could the Clippers go ahead and destroy the Yankees on an annual basis? Because that would be fantastic. I would actually advocate for that.
I think they used to play each other back in the day. I think the Yankees used to come down and play the Clippers.
Well, yeah, because they were a Yankees farm team.
They were.
One point,
so
just the Yankees should lose all the time at everything.
I can tell you,
including soccer.
The best time in Columbus baseball history is when Darryl Strawberry got addicted to cocaine. Because him being sent down to the minors, the coop had never been and will never again be as full as it was when Darryl Strawberry was rehabbing from his coke addiction. You couldn't get tickets. I mean, my dad got a couple, and I was like, "Are you serious? That's incredible! Holy shit! I'll tell my grandchildren about this." Great times, Darby. You like that? That was a great story.
I remember seeing Adam Dunn play for the Dragons.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
The Dragons, you're talking because you're so old that you're talking about when Dragons existed.
When Dragons roam the earth. Yes,
that was very funny.
Roasted.
Everyone laughs at
Adam Dunn was hitting home runs, knocking them out of the sky. Is that what you're saying?
You're talking about the Big Donkey? Yeah. I love that nickname. Adam Dunn, the Big Donkey.
I don't know if
that's his nickname. Okay. Donkey. All right. Okay. Let's do this. First of all, I just wanted to thank you guys for stopping by. We talk about the Crew on this show, but we're mostly a Columbus thing. We love Dom Taberi. He has nothing to do with the Crew. We all know that. This is our home, and if there's a soccer team in town that's not the Crew, we're going to try to help them be as successful as possible. So with that in mind, I believe you guys are playing the Dayton Dutch Lions soon.
We are playing the Dayton.
When is that happening, and where is that happening?
We are playing them Saturday at Grandview Heights.
This Saturday.
At
so
4
today's
p.m.
May 3rd. That's May 5th.
Yep.
5-5. Mm-hmm. How does one get tickets to that?
What? So if you want to get some tacos and then go watch a soccer game, it's a great idea.
Nice.
But tickets are available online on our website, and then they're also going to be $5 at the door. So if you just want to come on in and spend $5 to watch some good soccer, it should be exciting. I think they're going to be pretty competitive. From what I've seen in some of their friendlies, they've been smashing some teams.
Who, Dayton?
Yeah,
dude. Fuck. Seriously, they killed Eddie Gavin.
What extra leg protection are you offering your players for this game? Because they come in looking to bust some knees and shins, and
they sure do.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, that's
just
absolutely
bury
right.
a few goals and then don't worry about it.
Here's something I meant to mention in the beginning. If you're thinking about going to a FC Columbus game and you've never been to Grandview High School, that field is situated in a perfect place to go and have a meal on Fifth Avenue or anywhere in Grandview on Grandview Avenue, and take a short walk afterwards over to the field, catch a soccer game, go have another couple drinks afterwards. The positioning, the placement of that field is perfect, Daryl. Did you do that on purpose?
It was very intentional on the site selection, and the proximity to restaurants, bars, and the tight-knit community was absolutely a huge factor in the way we selected Grandview.
Beauty. Justin, where are the supporter group meeting up?
So the supporters groups meet at Jimmy V's. They've got some deals that they got going on there. Wolf's Ridge 12, I think, is what it is.
Yes.
They've got some good deals going on. If you want to, get in contact with them, either through Twitter or email. You can find them. But they've got some supporters pricing as well for season ticket packages.
Beauty.
So all you have to do is really contact them and say, hey, I want to be a member. I don't even think they charge a fee. So
nice.
That
get in the ground floor, man.
Right. Get in on the ground floor with them. They're good guys.
I saw some pictures of the scrimmage. Beautiful banner was made.
Yeah, they did a very good job. It was very impressive. I was actually very shocked. I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, usually Jake Norman is very poor at things, but every dog has his day. He probably accidentally fell ass back.
Very enthusiastic group.
Yeah,
very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
They were walking down the I don't remember which street it was, but it's the street that's on the
homestand side,
east side of the stadium. And I was prepping the booth for the game, and I started smelling something, and I was like, "What is that smell?" Because it was raining. And I thought the booth was on fire because they were walking down the street with flares, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm not going to die here. Like this isn't the place that I want to die." And then I opened the door because I wanted to go outside to see if it was something outside. And sure enough, a group of them were walking down, and it reminded me of I had the fortune of going to Europe with a couple of friends when we were younger, and the walks that those Arsenal fans make and those Manchester United fans make and the Chelsea fans make, I was looking down the street and in my head I'm envisioning into the future, right? That's something that this city can do, and we do with the crew.
Sure.
But to see
let's do it more than one place,
right? To see it to manifest into something that was being done for FC Columbus was something that was it chirped the heart a little bit and made me kind of realize that, hey, those sleepless nights are
and you watch it with your own eyes. The first time that ever happened for a team, it'll be around for a long time.
Right.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. Reminder to everybody, this is a big city. It's a cool city. Plenty of space for everybody. There can be more than one thing. I advise everyone to get involved with FC Columbus. You get $5 tickets this Saturday against Dayton Dutch douchebags. They've done a lot of harm to this city in a soccer perspective. Show up and support Columbus versus Dayton. You will not regret it. So let's get to the last question, and then we can get you guys out of here. I know this has been horrible for you. We apologize for Darby's stench. Old people kind of smell like mothballs a little bit, I think, of what it is. Because you can't clean them with normal soap. Their skin dries out.
Mothballs, sadness, and not a little amount of urine.
That's what it is. I knew it was a combination of three things. We'll start with you, Daryl, then we'll go to Justin. How can user AGS attack be stopped?
I'm not a very creative guy. Just
there you go.
In front of a bus.
There you go. I knew it was going to be simple, and that's how you get it done, my friend. Best answer yet. Justin, go ahead. How does user AGS attack be stopped?
I think we should put him on a bicycle and make him cycle until he can't cycle anymore in order to power the generators that are going to run the lights for the FC Columbus Dayton Dutch Lions game.
Work him to death.
Work him to death.
Wait, okay, how about this? We combine the two. We work him to death, and then when he's just about ready to die, we push him in front of a bus.
Love it.
Oh, God, teamwork.
I
like it.
This is what I'm talking about. Columbus, come together. You can do two things. Crew, FC Columbus, throw the Eagles in there. Throwing people in front of buses, working them to death. We have a thing going here in Columbus that is beautiful. Drabs, did I forget to ask anyone anything?
No.
Fan-fucking-tastic. If you've enjoyed the shitlordery on segment 2, I've got some great news for you. We're coming back on segment 3 with your hot takes and more. Big shout out to Justin and Daryl from FC Columbus. They're playing the Dayton Dutch Lions on Saturday. Go to the website, show up at the box office. Tickets are $5. Wolfridge, $12. Jimmy V's, you will not regret it. My name is Morgan Hughes. You are listening to ACES Radio. Why have you done this to yourself? We will be right back. Drabby will wash himself. Mothballs galore. You are listening to a podcast about the Columbus Crew.
Hot, sicker than your average. Down like goose and I'm fly like Maverick. With a savage attack and a mouth like a match. Spitting fuego, homie. It ain't tricking if it's magic illusions. Indubitably juvenile. My crew can do it and we do it well. Rock around the clock all across the nation. Got a lot of sky miles and a reputation of making earthquakes every time we land. Cause stopping ain't an option or a part of the plan. Fools get to feeling while I'm running on jet fuel. Now pay close attention cause I'm ready to let you know what I'm all about, child. I got that style that you come to love. And I'ma stay fly till the day I die. Spitting fresh to death from above. Get it. David F, man. You don't stop. David. You don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain. Yeah. I'm an ace pilot.
ignorant slut, shitlord, celebrity fans, and all you fools listening on your iPhones and who are also stuck in federal penitentiary prison because you founded Crew Union and you have a filthy beard and you definitely use an iPhone and not a Samsung product because you're not a moron. Welcome back. It's episode 83 of ACES Radio. Big shout out and thanks to the front office of FC Columbus. Reminder, they are playing the Dayton Dutch Lions. And you can get tickets at the box office, Drabs.
If you're an old person, you can buy tickets in person.
That's right.
Or you can buy them online if you're not 90 years old.
We don't trust the internet. What a grand time we've had. John, did you love segment 2? I know that you're a top lad.
I had a great time learning about FC Columbus.
What was your favorite part of segment 2, John?
The part where we talked about that team.
Oh my God, that was.
But which part specifically?
He's right.
The part where we talked about how they are going to play their next game Saturday.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think
what
that was
did you think
everyone's
about
favorite part.
Robert and what he said?
I thought that was very insightful.
Yeah, what was it that Robert said that you were like, I love what Robert just said?
I mean, I thought that throughout.
Yeah.
So I don't want to pick one specific thing, but
shout out to Robert, who was on segment 2 for sure. For sure. That was
I know
one of
that
their
guy's
names.
name is like Andrew or Justin or something.
Andrew or Justin or Mike or Ralph or Bob or...
No, I didn't guess
Or
all
Robert.
those.
How many names
Richard.
are you going to say, John? This is embarrassing for you. Oh, Christ.
It's not the first time I've been embarrassed.
True.
I mean, he's on this podcast, so he's in a constant state of embarrassment.
And he has heard massive
Oh, look, his
report.
name is Justin, you fucking assholes. I knew I knew it.
Damn it. We should revoke his access to the Save the Crew
I don't
Slack.
know if that, it was here, but if he was, I'm sure he said great
Daryl
stuff
Hughes,
too.
he's my
Yeah,
dad.
Derek Hughes, yes.
Derek Hughes?
Yeah, Derek Hughes.
Oh.
Absolutely. God fucking damn it, Dari. Drabs, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge that is creating a joke about a fake stepson and having Shane Paulson hijack it and threaten you with a bunch of, basically his wife hates him and she's going to divorce him?
Is it knowledge?
That's right, Drabs. They say the only cure for the scourge, that is Caitlin Paulson. Our hot takes.
Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true.
And now, an ACES Radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the massive.
You're not going to stop there. We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes
He's on fire.
from you.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, Walter. Walter, you're dead. You cannot at all. Nope. No, you cannot. Whoa. Did Walter just say save the crew from his...
No, I think he huffed a little helium before he said, yes, I can.
I like it better when Walter doesn't have a sinus infection.
Don't we all?
So does Walter.
Grand.
I really want John Zadar dead.
Jesus, take it easy, Glenn Tennis. Sean Satar, before I move to the subreddit known as a massive, I wonder if I might go ahead and read the overall standings. Alex Thomas tells me that is why everyone tunes in. In first place with 9 points.
You didn't even wait for me to answer.
What, is that all right?
Yeah.
In first place with 9 points, Greeley Bad Ideas, followed in second by Aces Stefan with 6. 4 points include Spikehead Lyndon B, Moving the Fuck On, Aces Archive, and Basketball Emoji, Big Mover last week, all tied in third place. 7th place is Top Lad Dave and Hutel.
How was that again?
Bob, with 3 points each. 9th place, a semi-gaggle fuck. With 2 points is The Ralph Shudell Show, Gregulator 420, Hi Darbs, it's Kellyanne. My Cousin Sucks, He Certainly Does, A Log Jam, Pam's Soapy Butt, Vicious Bike, When Aces Radio Was Good, and Darling Thief, what a good lad he is.
That's just a semi-clusterfuck. Like, where's the line? How many?
For clusterfuck status?
Yeah.
1 point. It doesn't matter how many are there, John. The celebrity... What?
More than one
What's
person having more than 1 point.
It's just
It's
qualifies
a
as
semi.
I'm like a 1 point man. I'm like a 1 point
You're a
man.
1 point man?
I'm a 1 point man.
Basically,
Civil
yeah,
Mormons
if
is what
you're
they're
in the
called.
3 to 4 range, say you're a 3-4 man.
Yeah.
That's a semi.
Yeah,
That's a semi, right?
man. That's right. I'm Max. I'm a 3-4 man.
You hear that?
100%.
All you other 3-4
I'm
men,
on
you
channel
give Morgan a
3-4.
semi.
That's right. Captain Jean-Luc Picard has given me a semi.
No.
I'm 100% 3-4 man. I would never have a semi from Pam or another woman. I'm a 3-4 man 100% of the time. The celebrity gaggle fuck is as follows. Pick a pickled pecker.
I think you fucked up every word in that username.
As a 3-4 man, it's shocking. The only time I've said peckers for this is tonight. Pickled peppers. Aces Radio, Tiger Beat 96, Spikehead Ladybird, Eric Bobbitt, In Love and Varziha, Skeets McTaz, Darby's Fan Club, Damn Cordamanch, Ron T, DH Goat, Segment 3 Bot, Columbus Lad, and AGS Attack. All with 1 point in 18th place. Bringing up the rear this week, Drabs, and getting the bulk in 31st place with -1 point, Bob O'Shaughnessy. We move now to the subreddit known as the Massive Aurora. Mind you, as always, Brent Miller, that these hot takes are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness. Our top upvoted comes to this week from user Darb's Fun Stall for Your Horse. Oh my God, yes. What? From user Darb's Fun Stall for Your Horse with 4 points.
No, I heard you the first time. It doesn't make any sense.
Quote,
Did I miss it?
Quote, nay.
What'd you do to a horse, Darby?
End quote.
There was a hot take a couple of weeks ago about like murdering children and fucking horses.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You see, John, in the 1700s, Drabs was committed to an insane asylum.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
For raping and murdering 2 girls and a horse.
Oh, yeah, there were humans involved, too. Darby Sharp, your thoughts?
He doesn't discriminate. He'll rape and kill anything.
That's true.
I'd give you a blood point, but you fucking misspelled stall. Way
Darby
to go.
Schnarfus has entered the game.
President Trump?
2 L's in stall.
Yeah, we knew what they meant, though. I mean, I still feel like this is probably
how'd
one
they
of the
spell
best
it?
hot takes
Just
ever.
1 L?
STAL.
Are we sure it's not supposed to be Stal?
I mean,
what is
the word stal?
I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Quote Darby Schnarfus, let me smash. Moving on from user setting the table with 5 points. It looks like this is karaoke. All right.
Oh, you love to sing. You're a singsman.
Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. This is Margaritaville.
That's it?
Yeah. Welcome back, Setting the Table,
That's
by
not
the
a
way.
place?
No. Boom, boom, boom. Drinking near Stank Lake. And I'd make a tailgate. Bum, bum. All the supporters covered in beer. This is Jimmy Buffett.
He's really getting into it.
Yeah. There's Gangster Crew, baby. And Morgan's old lady is rolling her eyes at this podcast again. No one cares what she thinks at all. Ba-bum-bum. Wasting away again at my first stadium. Searching for that lost puppet named Walt. Nope, we're really not. No one is. Some people claim that it's Columbus to blame, but I know it's all Precourt's fault.
Are you purple raining and leaning away to breathe?
Little bit. Precourt loves queso. He's kind of an asshole.
Ooh, interesting rhyme.
All that he claims we know is untrue. I'm Prince. He hired Dave Greeley. They call me Prince. A bad idea, really. A toxic wasteland's the best he can do. Oh, man, that's good. Wasted away again at my first stadium. The following lyric is fake news. Searching for that lost puppet named Walt. No one's doing that. No one. Some people claim that it's Columbus to blame, but I think it's all Precourt's fault. Last verse, same as the first. The lawyers are filing. Keith Noss is compiling. The STC gear here continues to ship. We hope. There's John making tifo with Darbs, his amigo, and all of the crew gang that helps us hang on.
Hang on.
We're old.
What they said.
Wasted away again at my first stadium. Searching for that lost puppet named Walt, which no one is doing here or at my first stadium.
Some people claim that it's Columbus to blame, and I know it's that damn snake's fault. God damn. Very good.
It's better than the original.
The singing, I agree. Ladies and gentlemen,
well.
setting the table. What a triumphant return. Much like cracking the code. Drabs, your thoughts. You're an old person.
Yeah,
you know the song.
I know the song. In my day, I've been to more than one Jimmy Buffett concert.
Parrot Head.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they call you.
Good rhyme scheme. Like it wasn't forced at any point. That was very well done. Maybe the best song this season.
Yeah, I mean, it's very. I mean, no. I mean, you know what? A lot of people hated is a follow up from Krushmak, aka Ocular fucking Melanoma, who says, "Fucking Walter. I hate Walter. My name is Mike Cornell. I hate Walter the raccoon. I wish he were dead.
That's not what that says at all.
I know that's his words,
What is
John.
he doing?
I know, like that guy's really aggressive, but he's right. I mean, one blood point to Mike Cornell for hating Walter.
He just doesn't seem like that kind of guy.
John Sitar, your thoughts?
I don't think he's a hateful guy like that.
No.
Mike's a lovely individual.
No,
I don't think he'd ever say those words.
He definitely said
I think
those
you
exact
made
words.
those up.
I read them because I can read. Moving on from user Adam and Eve with 2 points, quote, so nice you let parents come on the podcast. Can we join sometime to talk about Darby's younger years? End quote.
Shit, Lord.
Oh, my God. Your parents are still alive? Think how old they must be.
God! Brent Miller, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm literally not paying any attention to this, except I heard that last part. Is there like some sort of possibility where your parents are actually younger than you? Because that's the only thing.
Oh, maybe Darby's like Benjamin Buttoning?
I think that has to be.
Darby's so old that he's older than his dad. Brett Miller.
I don't think that's how age works.
Boom roasted.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think that was a great. Moving on from user Conspiracy MLS2ATXer with 2 points, quote, Dear Morgan Hughes and Save the Crew leadership, I am very concerned and upset by your meddling in Austin. You have hired a person to fly a plane purposely over the funeral of an official. You have hired a lady to blow a whistle at a Chamber of Commerce event, knowing that Precourt might move the team. You had funded people to move to Austin, became active civic leaders, joined the Parks Committee, and vote to remove Parkland as an option for the stadium. You guys funded McCalla to be a government waste site and hired people to force jokes about the location of a possible stadium here. You guys hired Dave Greeley to be a baboon in how he has been trying to organize his efforts here, and you guys have hired fans from all over MLS and the world to not be in favor of Tony's ambition. You must have also become super rich from all the Save the Crewing, and you must be professional shills for the city of Columbus because you guys are organizing and creating a movement, and yet our 7 supporters aren't quite moving the needle here. So the only explanation is that this is a giant conspiracy. Please stop that. Signed, a concerned MLS2 ATX AstroTurfer who is part of the hashtag Austin Loves Soccer because I'm told that is what we need to put in our online comments. End quote. Sean Sitar, the wet boy, your thoughts?
What Twitter user was that? I think I talked to him earlier today.
That was Conspiracy MLS2 ATXer, John.
Oh, okay. Tell Josh Twitter. I said hi.
Yeah.
Darby Schnarfus, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, it's all true. Save the Crewminati. Crewluminati. Yeah, that.
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely that is the thing that happened. Although Dave Greeley was not hired to be a baboon, he was hired to be an incompetent fuck.
Yeah, and he's not going to be getting paid.
Yeah.
No, I think he still gets paid.
Well, I think he gets a bonus on the incompetent fuck front.
Well, right, but that wasn't written into his contract. All we wanted him to do was be a baboon and throw poop.
Yeah. Like literal poop.
I
expected him to go to meetings and throw his own feces, and to date, to my knowledge, he has not done yet.
Actually, we have a quote from Anthony Precourt in response to that. If we can go to that live in 3, 2, 1.
So how about I come over there and go to town on your money and on your ass?
Anthony Precourt, everyone.
That sounded just like him.
I mean, he says that, but I'm pretty sure he's impotent, so he's not going to town on anything.
Jesus.
Alert. Darby Schnarfus has entered the game.
Moving on. User ACES Archive with 3 points. Quote,
When I heard that Cedric went down with malaria, I decided the only hope to save this season is to go primal. I flew all the way to Hawaii, listening to you shitlords all the way, climbed the highest volcano, and prepared a virgin sacrifice. There were no virgins around, so I settled for a DC United fan. And a kid from Bexley. The god Pele was pleased and acknowledged the offering with large blasts of molten hot magma. 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit has to be a hot take. P.S. From the top, I could see Hollywood Benson's small fishing village and a rock formation that looked exactly like John's perfectly formed genitals. Aloha shitlords. Hashtag Throwback Thursday. End quote. I remember that one.
Was that the most surreal thing that ever happened? A player for our team contracting malaria.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a joke. Did he really?
No, like
Cedric
that was
had
actually
malaria?
a thing. He missed some games. Yeah, I think he went. What? Did he go back to play for his national team or something?
This guy didn't notice because he wasn't good.
Yeah,
right.
Probably right.
You were like, oh, is he sitting on the bench as DNP or does he have malaria? Who knows?
Good day,
But that was literally a thing.
Yeah, that was for Dave Edinger. You lose, you get nothing, not even your favorite player because he's bad and
Also,
he sucks.
Yeah, Dave Edinger now has malaria in his mouth.
Oh, shit.
Note.
You just got malaria in the mouth. Courtesy of Darbs. Hashtag Darbs. Moving on. From user Columbus Lad with 3 points, quote, Dave Greeley is the fucking worst. End quote. Yeah, it's pretty good. Sean Zadar, your thoughts?
Yeah, agreed. That's a Hotaki.
That's a Hotaki.
That's what we call a Hotaki.
Do we just automatically give that person a point?
No.
Columbus Lad is Karen Crognell. Fantastic.
You're just making
really?
things up now.
Yeah, I think so, because that account hates AGS Attack. So
well,
that's
I mean,
what I think.
I hate AGS Attack, but that's not my account.
Yeah.
We are
Columbus
all
Lad is Sean
Columbus
Zadar.
Lad, as it turns out.
Ooh, the new hashtag for tomorrow on social media. Moving on from user Darling Thief with score hidden, quote, you all right, Darby?
Yeah, I'm trying to die.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Wait, he's like over there coughing and shit, and you don't. And
I don't have a fucking drop about it. What do you want?
Zadar has coughed into the microphone.
Selfish.
There you
You're
go.
selfish, John.
John, how dare you cough into the microphone again?
From
How many times do we
user
have to use
Top
that?
Lad Darling Thief with score hidden, quote, it's surprising PSV have taken community outreach so seriously now. Here in Columbus, the only community outreach has been the Rest Stop of Love, with Connor Casey mistaking Josephine's mom for a box of donuts. Hashtag parallel pass to the Rest Stop of Love. Hashtag find someone who loves you like Andres Mendoza loves cocaine. End quote.
Did they just try to suggest that Connor Casey accidentally ate Josephine's mom's box?
I mean, they did not suggest it.
I prefer my donut holes not this way.
Either way, Connor Casey comes out looking like he ate glazed donuts.
Jesus Christ.
Josephine won't even come on the hot take thread anymore. He won't even comment because he knows he's going to bring up the rear and get the bulk with this whore mother at a rest stop. How did this start?
What?
How did we decide that Josephine's mom
You
was
did it.
I didn't do that.
You did
I
it.
would never say
It
that
was
about
you.
anyone. I have more respect for people than that, John.
It's probably me.
Pam is a whore. Moving on. From user Greeley Bad Ideas with 1 point, quote, oh, Jesus. Despite being detained by police at the Austin Bergstrom International Airport, Dave finally makes it to Columbus. The location of one of my multiple offices. I should certainly head downtown to Jennifer's Ice Cream. Dave likes the Yum Yum Cream.
Ew,
Enters a Jenny's scoop shop, finds Jenny Britton Bauer behind the counter. Hi, I'd like a scoop of vanilla. It's the best. Jenny turns down ACES radio, grabs a is that right? Turns down ACES radio, grabs a sample spoon, and flicks Queen City Cayenne at Dave. Hits him in the eye, the one without the eye patch. Owie! Oh man, I think I just made a bottom burp. Hey Dave,
I'm sorry, what?
I've got some new flavors for you. Ready?
Look, it's a bottom burp.
Rocky Road.
You know what a bottom burp.
In honor of your inability to get jack shit accomplished in Austin, Austin cream pie. It's authentically full of my friend Austin's cream.
Oh, God.
Okie cookies and cream. It's full of my other friend's cream. Jesus. Duck butterscotch. Banana hammock split. Doran Buster parfait. Giant dog penis mint. Butt licking pecan. Get fucked. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not a flavor. I just hate you. Go walk into traffic. End quote. really goddamn bad ideas. Drabby Shrampus, your thoughts?
This account just keeps bringing the heat every week.
It's bringing something.
I really enjoyed that last bullet point because all the best things come in bullet points this week.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Brent Miller, your thoughts?
I don't have any.
That's great.
Where's Robert? Where's Robert? Why'd you send Robert away?
Thank you for showing up like every week to contribute these deeply meaningful thoughts.
Brent's been sitting over there drawing for an hour, and he's managed to draw like 1/4 of a checkered flag, which is just like repeating squares.
Come on, Brent. What the hell are you doing over there?
Jesus God.
He's an amateur artist. What do you want?
He's been so like attentive about it too, and it's just like 1/4 of a checkered flag.
He's gonna just cover the whole thing.
Completely zoned out.
It's like 10% of the board is covered in squares. I've drawn this in an hour. My name is Brent. I eat poop. Remember that part?
What the
I
fuck?
eat poop.
What?
Moving on. From user Krushmak with 0 points, the downvoting brigade begins. Quote, greetings, shit for brains. Long time no hot take. So something's been bothering me. Not only is user AGS Attack not being stopped, but his music is now an earworm. That's right. Pretty Dang Cool plays in a loop in my brain. It's the sort of thing nightmares are made of. I blame user Ya Morgan for playing the track over and over. I know that I'm not the only one who listens to this shit show that has this problem. Good news, I have a solution. I made the words a bit more entertaining to Pretty Dang Cool by user AGS Attack. I'll do this one, Drabs, and then you do the next one.
Pretty Dang Cool is by AGS Attack now?
I mean, it is, yeah.
That's pretty dang cool.
Oh, what? No.
That little beat?
Here we go.
That's pretty dang cool.
Yeah, and Darby's so old, and Darby's so old, and Darby, Darby's so old, and Darby. Oh, I got it. Okay,
You fucked up.
All right, we'll start this over again.
That's the
Hey,
background
you wanna do the
chant where it
Darby
says
so old?
background chant. Shh. No, fuck you. I don't want to do it.
Shh, with your opinions. All right, you do Darby so old, and I'll do the. There we go.
So much.
There we go.
And Darby so old.
Oh no, I gotta start it over. Here we go. Nope, it's okay. Go ahead. We'll just start it over at the beginning. We'll turn this up in case people can't hear it.
I can't hear that. Can you turn it up?
Here we go, John.
I mean, I don't listen to this shit, so I don't even know where to start.
And Darby's so old.
No,
and,
not yet.
Oh, no?
But it's true.
Yeah. So old. And Darby's so old. And Darby's so old.
When you know the first man on Earth,
Darby's so old.
when all your best friends are dinosaurs,
Darby's so old.
and you want a first-hand account
I
of
hate
Hannibal of
my life.
Carthage,
I want to die. I wish I were.
when you are in a nursing home forever,
How is John getting away with?
when you email to save the crew,
I want to
when you
die.
sailed with
I
Columbus,
Morgan is miserable in his
when you email to save the
man
crew,
is a
yeah,
hero. I'm going to murder Morgan
oldest
and
on
bury
the
his
ACES,
body
oldest
in the
on
basement.
radio, first-hand accounts of
Morgan is a
history,
murder dummy.
first sailing crew with Columbus. He's the oldest. You know what that means? You know what that
I'm
means,
gonna
Darby?
jump
I don't know what's
old.
happening right now, but I hate it.
So old.
I'm going to take a shit
the
in
oldest.
your hot
Yeah.
tub, and I'm going
Don't come over. You're not invited to my house, John. Please don't give him my address.
He has a really small fence. We can hop it.
No, you can't. No, you can't. It's covered in fire ants.
The whole fence.
The whole fence.
Is this over yet?
Don't get it close to your penis. It'll bite your penis. Don't get your penis stuck in
Oh
my
man,
fire
a fire
ant
ant
fence.
could like go up your
Oh,
urethra.
yeah.
Shit.
You hear that, Drabs?
You want fire ants? in
Keep
your
your poop
urethra?
out of my fire ant.
Take the
It's
poop
a
out of
chance
my
I'm
fire
going to
ant.
have to
I paid good money for these fire ants. So old.
Okay.
Is that the end of the song?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's over?
Yeah.
All right, how about this one?
No.
name is Will.
That's not how. No.
Here we go.
Can't wait.
I'm so old. Oh my God, you reached over and you touched my screen.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I can't believe it took 83 episodes for that to happen. All right, that's fair. Darby Shrampless. Yep.
Drabby just do.
Salada Max. Darby's reached around me.
I gave Morgan the reach around.
Unbelievable. Get the fire ants. There's a whole fence made of them, and he put his penis on the fire ant fence. And don't try to eat my hot dog ever again.
I'm just happy I hit a button on the first try. I don't know how. Here.
Yeah, all right, just do it.
Okay,
just
so
do
the
it.
buttons
Let's see
are all
which one.
close together, so it would have been impossible
Here
to
we go.
not hit one.
Here we go. And you
And I
literally
fucking
did it. Nope, you scrolled.
Jesus, I'm so bad.
Nope, you hit in between two of them. There's one. It took you five. It's not so easy, is it?
He's not even looking, and he's doing it upside down.
But I did it when it mattered.
Not so
You
easy,
did it when
is
it mattered, yes. Yeah.
Not so easy, is it, Greg? You're racist? Greg Benson is dead.
Let me smash.
Moving on from user Morgan's anal leakage. With 0 points, quote, drip. End quote. Nope. Turns out everyone hates that. Jean Zidar, your thoughts?
I mean, I didn't hate it.
Moving on! From user Ron T with -1 points, quote, hello, shitlords, it's me, your favorite interviewer, also known as Ron Tugnut. Here trying to bring some interesting thoughts to your quote-unquote podcast with another round of questions, and may I remind you, you are under oath. Morgan, have you found Pam's pants yet? Further inquiring minds want to know, what kind of pants are they? Does Pam's butt look good in said pants? Why didn't she wear a skirt instead? Those are all real questions, man, that I'd like the answer to. Pam sucks. John, given that you're unarguably the organizer and biggest face behind Save the Crew movement, how do you plan to celebrate when the crew is saved? What kind of ceremony do you intend to throw for Morgan? And what kind of award are you going to give him for saving the crew? Drabby, first of all, thank you for your service in the Spanish-American War. Oh, my God.
Morgan loved that one.
Thoroughly roasted. What is your secret to such a long and healthy life? Tu adoramus tenebrous dominus. Spanish for get fucked.
Baxter, you know I don't speak Spanish.
Front office, Columbus FC, or random guest, you do know the game here is in the United States is called soccer, right? Defend yourself. To me, calling it a football club is just as absurd as Fussball Club or Real Salt Lake. Hashtag bring back the cruisers. Hashtag digging for Walter. End quote.
Dicking for Walter?
Yeah, great. I think there's some real questions in there.
Digging, okay.
Not dicking.
John, what kind of ceremony?
Dicking for Walter.
What kind of ceremony do you
sure
tend
he's getting plenty of that at Greg's house.
to throw for me when I save the crew?
I will throw none.
Describe that ceremony.
It will be the same as any other day for you.
I'll set the scene.
It will be the ceremony that the ACES archive used. You'll be thrown into a volcano.
No one listens to you. No one listens to you, Drab. John, I'll set the scene for you.
I'm listening.
The crew has been saved.
Yes.
And I'm walking down the aisle.
Of your wedding.
Okay.
No, of the saving.
What if the crew is actually saved, but I've been holding back the announcement as your wedding gift?
Don't do that. Don't. No one wants that.
Right. Just as they're getting ready to say,
Right.
I do, you jump up and you're like, everybody, I have an announcement. Pam would love this, by the way.
And everyone says, Morgan walked down the aisle of the celebration.
You look like a beautiful bride.
You are beautiful, man.
You're wearing a
He's
white
not wearing
dress. With a
You're
veil.
gorgeous.
You knew what you were going to say.
You're a 3-4 man.
3-4 outfit.
3-4 man. You would never wear a dress because you're of the 3-4ness.
3-4ness.
And what will you say to them, John, about how great that I've been?
You've been fine.
Oh, that's great. That's exactly what I wanted.
You've been completely adequate in your job duties.
Morgan, decent ideas.
That's all I've ever asked for. Moving on from user Fishbird with -1 points, quote, I was listening to a crew-related podcast earlier in the week, not just a Bills fan over here, and they were talking at length about the team signing Federico Higuain.
Wait. Try again. About the team signing...
Federico Higuain.
Federico Higuain.
Federico
Higuain.
Freddie ball kicker to a one-year contract.
What are you trying to correct him on right now?
Do you know if it's Freddie versus
Federico?
Do you know if there's any relation to Federico Higuain? They seem very excited at the news, so I guess he's supposed to be pretty good. Is Federico the slightly less well-known older brother of Federico and Gonzalo? Hashtag Higuain family reunion. Hashtag not about Drabby. Hashtag respect your elders. Hashtag okay, a tiny bit about Drabby. End quote. Drabby Shrimpfish, your thoughts.
This is why show prep is important, Morgan, because without me here guiding you along your path, you would have fucked that up even worse than you did.
Everyone hates you.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that you're wrong.
But I knew what the hot take was about. Shit, Lord.
Moving on from user Gregular420 with -1 point, quote, Morgan, you failed me for the last time. Hand over the mic to DJ Really Old School for this next one. I've heard about his epic rap battles with Moses on Mount Sinai. Moses was so pissed when he lost that he broke those stone tablets. Drabby, you have about 23 seconds before the post, so please try to not die before then. Oh, my God! Because you're old. Hot Wraps in 3, 2, 1.
That's a little loud.
I'm going to turn that down. Yeah. There you go.
Wait. Yeah. So I need to wait until there's like a drum beat, so there is a little bit of an intro.
Oh, there is? All right. Now we'll get the levels right then.
Yeah, you've got a little time. Also, I'm old, and there's a fast pace on this, so I'm going to try and keep up.
Okay.
Ancient Ruin on the mic, spitting rhymes like regulator. Tony's about to bust in, harder than the Terminator. Zadar's wearing the brown pants to cover up his PFGs. His dick is like an accent mark. It's all about over easy. Let's hear it for the 3-4 men up in this place. You can be like Mike and I can be Buster Douglas. Sunday fundamentals, Morgan's talking about practice, while Pam's with Doran screaming, Jesus, like a Baptist. Shout out to the fool on his iPhone. Shout out to the bitches that I bone. The shit's getting old, the joke's all played out. Butt licking, careless whisper, time for a walkabout. My last hot take was awful but did not faze me, so I'm back with a hard R, my memory is hazy. I'm not at the top of the rankings, yeah dude I better be, so you can fucking kiss my ass like the human centipede.
Yes. Peace. See you suckers next week when I roast Dave Greeley. Anyone have a good worm that rhymes with douchebag? End quote. I mean, that was really good, Drabby.
I mean, it's hard for me to keep up, like I said, with my old age. But
the way that you did it was bad, but like the way that they wrote it was very good.
Yeah.
Who was that? Regulator 420?
Yeah.
I think they're getting blood points tonight, my friends.
Yeah, there's some good rhymes. I appreciate that. The screaming Jesus like a Baptist.
Holy shit.
That's pretty good.
I don't know how Pam comes back from that. Probably bow-legged and sore.
Yeah.
That's right.
Same as every Thursday.
Yeah. Last hot take of the night comes to us from segment 3 bot with -5. -5 points. Okay. Usually that kind of downvoting is reserved for AGS attack. Quote, segment 3 bot has searched the Urban Core Dictionary and found the following relevant definitions of names associated with this podcast. Darby, an average person who sometimes hangs out with creepy people. What?
I mean,
that doesn't roast you nearly
this room
enough.
right here.
John, a sensitive guy who has a dick large enough to wreck Godzilla's vagina, known as a gift from God. Women and men alike throw themselves at such a perfect creature in hopes that it will take mercy on their soul and have hot, passionate, rough sex with them. Sweet mother of God. Morgan is a girl who is adored for her ridiculous personality. She has a twisted sense of humor that people admire. Her body is deliciously toned, for she is highly athletic. Although easily startled. What? Morgan is a tough girl who deals with a lot of shit without breaking down or crying. You won't meet another girl like her. Greg Benson. Greg is a person who rips ass on the daily. Seriously. He never stops farting. Greg really loves whoopie pies and mac and cheese. Very fond of blowjobs. I'm sorry. Whoopie pies? Chris Doran. Hot piece of ass that all the girls want to get at. His cock is huge. And even if the ladies don't know, they will soon know, and they soon will soon know enough.
They will soon enough.
They will soon know that. Don't know enough. Pam, to have sex with a female. When you're with male friends and a good-looking woman walks by without her overhearing and becoming upset, someone might ask, "Would you, Pam?" Meaning, would you take her home and do the wild thing? End quote. God damn it! Like, is this like a Mike Hudson sucks thing?
I don't know what's happening. So segment 3 bot figured out the formula and then promptly turned around and started fucking it up. I mean, John's genitals are perfectly formed, but historically have been small and perfectly formed, not Godzilla-esque. And yeah, just I don't know. But
please don't talk over this.
This part is the thing we don't.
Do not talk right now.
But when we get to the part where we can talk,
please don't. It's called the interlude, so don't. Nope.
What's happening?
This is the interlude.
Right now? Or are you about to play it?
No, I'm playing it right now. And don't talk over this.
You're not playing it. You don't have
I don't know why you... If you're talking over it, why can't we?
Moving on, lads. Last hot take of the night. Now we have blood points to give away. We start with you, Drabby Shranfis. Your 2 blood points go to the following users, my friend.
Okay, so We're definitely going with setting the table. That was the Margaritaville was excellent.
Defending champion.
Yeah. Way to bring your A game coming back in. And then conspiracy MLS to ATX are just because oh god, that was so good.
Very good.
All the shit that was going on today, like that just works.
Very good.
Very timely. Well done.
Absolutely. Brent Miller, do you have blood points to give away?
I do. Who was the guy that did the rap that Darby just did?
Morgan Hughes.
Fuck. Hang on.
That was
Krushmak.
No.
Yeah. Wait.
Nope,
no,
that was Gregulator 420.
Sorry.
Okay.
Right.
My first one's going to Gregulator 420. My second blood point is going to Morgan's anal leakage.
God. Yes. Fucking damn it. Maybe we won't count your votes this week.
Morgan's anal leakage into the gaggle fuck.
Sean Sitar, the wet boy, you are slacking hard. I can see you're on the Slack channel. Have you saved the crew yet?
No.
All right. You're 2 blood points, my friend.
Who did the song thing?
There were 3 songs, John.
Who did the first song? The one I listened to?
The Margaritaville one?
Yeah, that one.
Morgan.
Yeah, that was
Margaritaville?
Setting the
table can have a point. How many do I give away? 2?
2.
Was there a
Are
really
you new
bad
to this podcast?
Was there a really bad? Well, we
There was.
used to
There was
always
a
have
really
2.
bad-
What was the
Really
really
Bad
bad
Ideas
ideas?
was
Can
good.
you refresh my memory?
That was despite being detained by the police, he goes to the Jenny's Splendid Ice Cream thing.
Oh, I wasn't listening during that.
He comes up with like the new flavors
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
called Get Fucked.
Whoever did that rap that Darby did, that's fine.
Gregulator 420. I'm also going to give a point to Gregulator 420. There's a button there. And it's lovely. My second and final blood point goes to user Darb's Fun Stall for your horse.
Is that like a subsidiary of Morgan's Fun Van for your kids?
Yeah, but it's older and
But it's
more
not as bad.
established and more legitimate and real.
It's more legitimate
and also real as opposed to like.
I mean,
the
yours
Fun Van,
is
which
There
just
is literally a
internet jokes.
van. There's literally a van that shows up at crew games and written in the dirt and probably feces on the side, it says Morgan's Fun Van for your kids.
No,
You were just using it to move things this past
Yeah.
weekend. You've been loading things in and out of it.
You're thinking of Crew Union.
That's not the
Kind
only
of
thing
pushing-
he's been loading things in and out of this week.
Ew, gross. Those are children, Darby.
I know. That's why he shouldn't do it.
You're thinking of Darby's Fun Stall for your horse.
I mean, stalls are where you keep horses, so that's fine.
That is exactly where
Vans are not where you keep kids.
he keeps his horses.
Vans are not where you keep kids.
The older I get, the more trapped in stalls they keep being. That's a
Horses?
quote from Darby Schnarpus.
That's right, Morgan. Knowledge.
Don't talk about the outro.
Already know, so let your head nod throughout the outro. Now as the curtains close and it's time to go, will the beast almost out like a manifesto? So let's make a toast to all the friends and fam, the folks involved since we started the jam. And to
Very long outro, John.
Hear it.
what you can and can't do,
Please don't talk over that.
salty eyes ain't a thing, cause we realize that when we doing what we love, that's the grand prize.
Oh yeah, baby. No, you cannot, Walter.
No. What the fuck was that?
That was like demonic, Walter.
Oh. There's so many different kinds of Walters now.
Yeah. If you strike
It's
him
almost
down,
better than before.
Yeah. If you strike him down, he will only become more powerful.
Hail Hydra.
Jesus Christ, content. Moving on, we have score predictions to update, lads. Last week, Cruisers FC taking on San Jose in hashtag rivalry week, presented by Heineken and also ZZ Boots, Wildman's Leather and Lace. Excuse me, I have a lot of beer this week.
Morgan Hughes did a thing.
Lovely. The guest, I don't remember who it was. Who was it? Julie Jackson?
Last week?
Yeah.
It was Alex's mom.
No, I think it was Brent Miller. Yeah, you were here.
Oh, that's for the score prediction portion?
Yep.
Oh,
Brent
okay.
Miller, you said the most likely outcome was a 2-1 Cruisers FC victory, and my God, that was very close to not being true because they shouldn't have scored at all. But it was a 2-1 victory. The guests get 15 points and may God have mercy on their soul. Sean Sitar, the wet boy. See,
Oh, shit.
Little scandal here.
Guess what's going on?
Little bit of a scandal, Drabs.
How is there any scandal whatsoever?
Because John lost the right to make a pick.
That's right. And
What?
Alex
That's not how it works.
And Alex Thomas said it was going to be a 4-0 Cruisers
No.
FC victory.
People
No.
who go to watch
No.
goddamn Marvel movies don't
No.
get to make picks.
You didn't even go to the game, you old bastard.
But I was here to make the pick.
John broke
less
in.
important.
John broke
I
in.
even tweeted it like Friday
One
morning.
would say that
That's right.
making the pick is more important than the actual outcome.
John broke
Losers
into the
would
ACES
say
Radio
that.
Twitter account and posted
Broke
from
in.
it without permission. And he said, okay, so
Careful where you go next. I'm going to break in
Hey,
and post some more things.
don't you break in there ever again.
Don't.
On my paper, it says that Sean Sitar, the wet boy, said it was going to be a 2-1 victory. And while that was very close to not being true, a lot of people are saying it felt like a 2-0 victory. It was a 2-1 victory. You get 15 points.
Woo!
Jesus Christ. May God have mercy
On your
soul.
ears.
Drabby Schranfus, the 40-year-old man-child, everyone's favorite ancient ruin. You said it was going to be a 1-1 tie. Sweet mother of God, that was so incorrect. It was a 2-1 victory. You get no points. God mercy
But I get
soul.
I get to predict wins now, so there's that.
Horgan Muse, number one continuing champion lad. You said it was going to be a 2-0 victory, and while that was the case in everyone's heart, and everyone felt like it was a 2-0 victory, it was in fact a 2-1 victory. You get 5 points, and you're the greatest who ever lived. Moving on to the overall standings in fourth place. Sorry, I wasn't ready for that yet. Slonimex and Von Seagull, but not Brent Miller. Mostly Brent Miller, though. 20 points, the guess. Fourth place. In third place, the wet boy, absentee amateur artist, the amputee with 30 points, Sean Sitar. In a very, very distant second place. Unlikely to ever catch up, Drabby Schranfus, 35 points. In an equally as distant first place. In fact, people are saying a more distant first place. Further away from second place as second is from first place. The man who needs no introduction. The man who needs no intro. Don't touch my thing. Morgan Hughes. Continue chip. Yeah, that's right. 45 points. Solana You cheated on your wife. You have a fake family in China. Little baby Solana Solana China Jr. I'm Solana I have a fake. Yeah, that's right. Solana You went to China for business, and you had a fake family, except they're real. They're only fake to your current wife in America. A lot of people are saying that you should probably. Yeah, that's right. Go back to China and live with your real family, you dirtbag. Who cares what happens to your fake family here in America? You got a good deal on some property in Grove City. Congrats. Moving the fuck on. It's Hat Week, lads. Officially, #Hat Week. It's Seattle versus Columbus. Before we get into our thoughts of the game coming up, we have to go to the weather report with Alex Thomas in 3, 2, 1. Nope.
And now,
there it is.
An ACES radio exclusive.
Don't talk about
knowledge. Next time, Darby, why don't you reach over there and push the button?
Uncle Sportsman himself.
Like right now?
Yeah, maybe. Who even knows?
Then why would I wear this hat?
No, I want to watch Morgan write a score. So I know
Ladies
it's not
and
fucking
gentlemen,
cheating.
boys and girls alike, welcome back to the program. Alex
Actually,
Thomas,
change
Uncle
my
Alligator,
score
not
now.
Gary Sportsman. How you been, pal? Good to see you again.
Morgan, it's so good to be here.
Oh my God, we just had an MLS to ATX scarf delivery. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling mellow. I'm feeling limber. Tanned, rested, and ready to run for office in 1984. What do we?
Is that what that smell is?
Yeah, it sure is.
Sounds like a truck took a
oiling
shit.
myself
Yeah.
up. Yeah. No, the
truck
scarf-
had diarrhea.
It smells like a truck had diarrhea.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And that's exactly how MLS to ATX was created as a movement. So we have a weather. Are you doing Seattle or are you doing Philly? Because we have 2 games before our next episode of Racist Radio.
Well, I think let's do both. No, we don't. Do we have another one?
Yeah. Sunday at Seattle and Wednesday.
No.
Home
do we
against
have another
Philly.
Aces Radio episode in between the two?
No, there will
Then
be.
I got to do both, man.
All right. So what we got coming up this weekend in Seattle?
The boys are traveling west.
Yeah.
I think 3 time zones, right? Mountain time?
Something like that.
Or what? West Coast time?
I don't know.
What the fuck ever.
I've never looked at the time.
4 p.m. start. 1 p.m. in Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
It's going to be nice, man.
Is it?
Yeah, like mid-60s.
Sweet.
No rain.
Nice.
So the pellets should be nice and dry.
Ooh,
until they water them.
Everyone loves those pellets. Chad Marshall, is he in the Chad Marshall playing?
I think so.
Great. He used to play for us.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
All right.
He scored some good goals.
What's it going to be like in Columbus here on Saturday?
Well, there's the rub. So,
not great.
No, it's going to be fantastic.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Dude, we're looking at like 78 degrees for a high that day.
Really?
No chance of fucking rain. Wow. Super light wind out of the north. I mean,
that'd be a great day for a home game.
Shockingly, yes. So this is the first time this season I can report that it is going to be fucking beautiful.
Okay. What about the upcoming Wednesday game against Philadelphia?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you were talking about Wednesday.
Yeah.
I was talking about this coming weekend.
This Saturday here in Columbus?
Yeah. Who cares? No lads?
Nah, no lads.
All right. So Wednesday's going to be beautiful?
Yeah, Wednesday's going to be just absolutely fucking stunning.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, that's great for a Wednesday game. I wish that it would also happen for a Saturday game at some point.
We're going to have about 11 more minutes of daylight than we do right now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful, man.
All right. Anything else to report for the weather this week?
I'm a little bit skeptical to say, but I think even Saturday's game against... Who are we playing?
Seattle.
No. The next Saturday. Chicago?
Rough Lads, yeah.
I think it's Chicago. Even that weather looks great.
Nice.
So we're out of the woods at this point, man. So everything from here on out should be really beautiful, barring like some thunderstorms or something. But
fucking A. Since we're doing this nowadays, how about your score prediction for Seattle?
Oh, this
Saturday?
one. I should have known better when it was last week. I flubbed that one a little bit, but this week, Seattle, I give us a 2-0 advantage. Good guys.
Is that the Crew?
Yeah.
All
and then Philly, can I get one in for that?
Yeah, why not?
3-1, dude.
Feeling 3-1, brah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Alex Thomas. He is the Uncle Alligator on Twitter. And number one in your hearts.
Number two on your children.
Your blood alcohol content reading.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Thomas.
Smoke weed every day.
Fan-fucking-tastic. God, I hope Periscope just enjoyed my dance party. Oh.
That was the longest weather segment ever.
What a treat. Well, we had 2 scores to write down. I kind of stretched it out just like
if there's one
John's
thing weather
birth canal.
segments are known for, it's score predictions.
Absolutely. Moving on from user Drabby Shranfus with 0 points. Your thoughts about the Seattle game?
Seattle's not very good this year.
They're not
thus far. As I predicted, if you remember, when we asked the shocking teams of the season, I said Seattle's going to be great this year.
Oh, you remember that segment we did called "The Shocking Teams of the Season"?
Yeah.
No,
it
everyone
was like
remembers
the
that.
surprise team, and I said Seattle, and boy, don't I look great with that. I mean, they're working their shit out. They're not great. Clint Dempsey is old and human, and
they're not great. He's generous since they're dead fucking last with 4 points.
You know, Seattle has also lately, in the past couple of years, been okay with like slow starts and then pulling shit out of their ass at the end of the season. So they probably shouldn't sweat it yet, but they do need to start doing better.
Pretty slow start.
Yeah, we're like a fifth of the way through the season now. If you're gonna hit the gas, now is the time to do it. This is one of those games where maybe it's a little bit of a gift for us to have an unexpectedly winnable road game. So hopefully the team takes advantage of it. But it's also the start of a busy section of the schedule, so you're probably going to see a little player rotation.
Yeah. I mean, 2 games in I guess what 3 games in 7 days.
In 7 days, yeah.
Speaking of tired legs, artificial turf. Alex Crognell has been called back from Southern California.
Just like Nate Beckman and I predicted last week.
Hashtag Crognation. No one listens to Drabby. Hashtag Morgan called it. Everyone's saying that.
That's literally not.
Karen texted me and she said, hashtag Morgan called it.
Yeah.
And I said,
R.I.P. Andrew King for getting this one wrong.
Yeah. Who said what now?
Andrew King.
What did he say?
When Nate and I suggested that Alex could be called up due to issues at center back, Andrew said, you don't send a guy across the country if you're just going to call him back. So,
well, Andrew, he's been there. He's been there for months.
Yeah.
It's not like we
So,
sent him 2 days ago.
I love you, Andrew, but I'm going to rub this in your face a little bit.
That's what she said. She did say that. No, I got to give a shout out to Orange County FC. Like the best player in franchise history just left. It's got to be. This has got to be depressing for them.
Well, but
Karen pointed out. So he played 8 games, started 7, 5 shutouts, and he scored a goal.
Yeah, did I hear that he got brought on in the first game?
He scored a goal in the
as
first
a
game.
forward.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't know.
I think it was. One of those like
last
minute situations. Like, why the fuck now? We got a sub.
Just put the big guy in
and
front.
He scored
because
he's the motherfucking Herman Trophy winner, bitches.
Bomb.
That's right. Brent, do you have any thoughts on this game?
It just feels kind of like a trap game to me.
Like a Will Trap.
Like, yeah, sure.
Like Will Trap hat trick game.
He would actually do something.
You trying to say you're a 1-2 man?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say, Morgan.
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Sean Starr, the wet boy, your feelings on the Seattle match?
Yeah, they're awful.
Yeah, they're bad.
Awful.
Yeah.
Thank you for that insightful analysis.
Awful.
Breaking news from the Wet Boy.
Awful. We should win this
they
game.
They have one game. They have one win. Am I wrong?
They do. They have one win. It is at home.
Nobody has not won a game so far.
Yeah. Okay.
But they're awful.
All right.
We
Let's
should win this.
This is the first of 2 games we have to talk about. So let's go around the table, Latin Term podcast hosts, and get our predictions out of the way. Drabby Shranfus, your score prediction for Seattle.
All right. So I was lazy on my board, so I went crew versus non-specific opponent, so I can reuse this. I'm calling for a 1-1 tie. Hashtag Morgan is a tool.
We had like an hour and a half, and you did that?
Yeah.
What in the actual fuck, Drabby?
You drew a fish. Eat my ass.
Brent Miller in place of Solana Max and Yvonne Seagull for the guest. Your score prediction for Seattle.
I said Columbus Crewmen's 1, Seattle 1602 1.
The
year they
Is
were.
that
Darby copy
the year
the
I was born?
Hashtag Seattle is a mid-sized market.
Lovely.
Goodness.
Got to get used to that. So saith Gareth. Sean Sitar, the Wet Boy. Your prediction.
Yeah, I'm predicting Save the Crew 2, the Seattle Flounders 1.
A 2-1 victory. So saith the Wet Boy. Any hashtags in there or just a bunch of shitty drawings?
I don't have room for hashtags.
Fantastic.
He's drawing fish.
Oh, I see how like people are holding up 2 sticks of the scores.
Yeah.
Wow. I forget that you're an artist sometimes. That's cool. I say Cruisers FC 0, Fighting Capos of Seattle.
God, you're like 80% hashtags.
Yeah. I got a lot of
You picked a
hashtags.
loss.
Home Team FC, brah.
Fucking casual.
You said 2-1 Seattle?
1-0.
1-0
Fighting Capomans. That's a dangerous prediction.
Fight.
Dangerous.
And
win.
Win.
Come on, Seattle. Fight. And win. That's one of their chants.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, boy?
A lot, John, a lot. Mostly Pam. Cruisers FC coming home the following Wednesday, 1 week from yesterday, lads, taking on the fighting Philadelphians of the greater Chester, Pennsylvania area. America's capital of murder, Drabs, that's what they say. Your thoughts on Philly versus Columbus?
Dupe is poop. I mean, this is the time period that that the good guys need to really start making some hay. You got your little win streak or your little
Darby's
streak
horse is
out of your
hungry. Make some
system.
hay.
That's right. Make some hay for the fun stall. Right. So a week in Seattle is a good opportunity to get points. Philly at home, even though we don't always do great against Philly at home, you need to do great against Philly at home.
Philly on a Wednesday is dangerous.
Yeah.
They're only marginally better than Seattle.
Yeah, so get that rotation in.
We've already drawn them 0-0, right?
We've
Philly,
got,
yeah. One of 2 scoreless draws in MLS this season. Yeah.
Currently, we've got 15 center backs on the roster, so we should be set there. We've got so many midfielders that we loaned out half of them to St. Louis. So, like, these are the roster choices you made. Let's get some points with them.
All right, fantastic. Brent Miller in place of Solana X and Yvonne Seagull. Your thoughts on the Philadelphia game, my friend?
Yeah, we already drew him 0-0 earlier this year. I think we find a way.
Does Brent know
to
how
figure it
microphones
out.
work?
No, he does not.
Jesus
I was
Christ.
speaking, it's right in
No,
it.
that's not how you.
Right
So no,
into
he
it.
does not know how it
talking
works.
into
You
the
can't.
dry erase
You
board.
can't yell into the side of it. That's not how it works.
The entire thing is a microphone. That's how microphones work, John.
Nope.
I got a dry erase board. I drew on it.
That's not how it's working, Morgan, because you are definitely louder than
I got a thing.
You actually get louder the farther you go from
Yeah.
the mic. It's
They
weird.
gave me a dry erase board. I wrote on it.
So anyway, you were saying.
Yeah.
My name is Brent
Fuck all of you. I was speaking directly
I
into
was
the
being
microphone.
nice.
It's not my fault. Your microphones suck ass.
I turned your microphone, incidentally.
Get
We're
nothing.
pals. We're copacetic.
Thanks, Strap.
Yeah.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Fantastic. Moving on. John Zidar, your thoughts on the match, my friend?
Philly is awful. Awful.
Wow. That's that hard hitting analysis.
Awful.
They're so bad they couldn't score against the Crew at home.
Awful. So, but again, a game we should realistically win.
Yeah.
Center backs are where the rotations will happen, probably.
You think
probably the only place that
Crognell could play forward since he now has experience there, apparently.
I think Greg will throw him in at Seattle.
I think that he will play in Seattle because he is a child and he has strong knees.
and you got to have that.
Plus,
if you
he's
wanna run
still
around
mostly on
shit.
that West Coast time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mostly the child strong
Well,
knees, though.
This is the child strong knees.
No, let's put Gaston Sarro
And
out
he's
there.
gonna
Let's really test those fucking knees.
Well, Gaston is
available.
cleared, but he's not playing in Seattle, so
Yeah, no way. No.
His knees would.
Gaston's too
explode.
busy doing an eagle impression for the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Wait,
are
is
you
he
washing
doing
your?
the
Are you washing your
double
butt?
Yeah, he's doing the double dick jack off. Okay.
I'd pay good money for a gif of Gaston doing the double dick jack off.
That was a double.
Wait, is he? That sounds more like he's shaking maracas.
Oh, you want to hear this again?
Why is it speak? It's like the bird is slowly learning
Was
English.
there a meow?
And you're bastardizing it.
Are you kidding? I invented this. You think I would know how
You're
to do
ruining it.
Now it sounds like a baby. And are you suggesting that a baby
Oh, and now there's
does
a gorilla
double dick
here.
jack off?
He's a gorilla. He's pounding his chest. Yeah.
It's called the double dick jack off. And that first part was an eagle. Oh, shit.
Oh,
all right, let's go around the table. Latin term for eagle celebrations. Drabs, we start with you. Your score prediction for Philly, my friend.
All right. So my second prediction: Crew versus non-specific opponent. 2-0 good guys.
Hold on a second. Hold on
yeah.
a second. You're saying non-specific opponent.
Yeah.
Which could potentially allow you to make the case later that the scores are flipped. Should that suit you?
Yeah.
You need to not do that.
Fuck off.
Nice try.
Fuck off.
You
There's a
almost
recording.
got away with it.
Danielle, I want you to listen to this recording anytime there is a 1-1 tie or the Crew wins 2-0. Hashtag Morgan is still a tool.
I can't believe you've done this. Brent Miller, your score prediction for the guests, a.k.a. Slonimax.
The Crew.
Just go ahead and bang that directly into the microphone.
Just like that. Just keep doing that. Chester wins.
Go ahead. Just like swallow. Just.
Oh my! I wish anyone else saw that.
Officially off the fucking
Holy
rails.
shit.
Officially off the rails. Brent Miller, go ahead.
I can nearly deep throw the microphone as it turns out. Who knew?
God. The Crew 2, the Chester Whiz 0. Hashtag your cheese is a whiz. Hashtag get sharked.
Get sharked. Yeah, love it.
Sharked.
Love it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, Sean Starr, your score prediction.
Yeah, I think this is an easier away trip than the Seattle one, and I think we'll win. So I'm saying 3-1. Save the Crew.
It's a home game,
Especially
so
'cause
it's
it's
definitely
at
going to be.
Oh yeah,
easier
that's
away
true.
trip.
My bad.
The easiest away trips, they say, are home games.
Our home games. Yeah. You know what
It's
I
a
meant.
really short trip to the stadium from your house.
It sure is. My score prediction, I say Crew Butts. I don't know what that is, but we're making it into a thing. Crew Butts 2, hashtag dupes, hashtag dupemans 0. I'm saying Dosa Cero. The hashtags are as following. Hashtag definitely only girls. I'm a 3-4 man. Hashtag digging for poop. I got to remember to erase that next week. Hashtag Pam's wedding. Hashtag John, you hear my blue jackets?
Oh god damn it.
John, I got to a restaurant for the dinner.
Hashtag Karen Cronali.
They say
meme.
have Pepsi Coke products, but I'm the Mountain Dew John Plus.
Tell me about your man boobs.
John, if you hear of my blue jackets, I am MLS gamer for Columbus.
How
John, have you heard of my blue jackets?
I didn't even get. No.
You heard of my hashtag Pam stab fork promise threat. Hashtag here we go. Hashtag Darbs fire dead hot dog boy. Hashtag fuck Michigan. Hashtag where's Ekpo. And finally hashtag John, you hear of my blue jackets?
Yeah, I hear him.
This is the new EMLMS game.
Yeah, Skeets McTaz must be really excited that you've left him the fuck alone.
Rest in peace, McTaz. All of those drops are Drabby Shamus. Closing. Volunteer opportunities. Brent Miller, do you have any taco
Clothing?
stands?
We do have a taco stand, yes.
Oh,
and we
Christ.
still need volunteers for the 4 to 6 shift and the 8 to 10 shift. We will have a TV, so you will not have to miss the game. If
Hey, go work the taco
Let's-
stand. Maybe you'll get
Right.
some free tacos too.
And so basically, I mean, what we're talking about is there's going to be a non-specific canopy, which will have some level of Save the Crew branding. Might be a sticker we slap on there. We'll see. But like, it's hang out and talk to people about Save the Crew. This is like really
Sounds
easy.
fucking awful.
Like you're just gonna kind of sit there and chill and have fun with other like-minded people.
Spend some time with Joe and Brent and
I want to talk about the fucking crew.
Yeah, there's going to be signs and stickers and shit that you can hand out, and people always love swag at this shit. So
there will also be raffles with prizes from some of our business allies.
Oh, like what? What are the prizes? Be specific. Name them all.
So there are 3 $10 Jenny's gift cards.
Oh my God, we can go win $10, John.
Exactly.
That gets you a taster spoon of her ice cream.
There are 3 packs, separate prize packs from Roosters. Each one comes with a $10 gift certificate and a T-shirt. And then Hofbräu House has donated 4 entree cards, 2 T-shirts, and 2 Steins.
Jesus, is that all one prize, or is that like
they'd probably do that to 2 prizes?
That doesn't seem worth your time. All right.
Yeah, but
where's the taco festival at again?
I believe it's
Genoa Park.
Genoa Park.
That's the side. That's the coastside side of the river.
Yes,
All right.
May 19th.
We'll get with Henry Crognall. We'll figure out what Genoa means in English.
Also,
Drabby Schranfest, go ahead.
Yeah. So, so we still have opportunities. Also, if you're interested in outreach, we have an OSU group. Even though it's summertime, there's still a lot of students on campus. So if you want to be involved with that, that's a really important thing. We need bodies. Also, not dead bodies, preferably live ones, but it's negotiable. Our Hispanic outreach effort has a leader. Her name is Marge, and I know nothing about her other than that. She has blue hair. It's probably 3 feet tall.
It's one of the most Hispanic people I've ever heard of.
It's M-A-R-G.
I think of Latina names, John. I think of Marge.
Yeah. But at any route, that's an effort we're trying to get up and going.
That must be new.
So, I mean, it's a thing we sort of started, and there was a little transition with some people. So we're going.
No, I mean the leader.
We fired a few.
Yeah, new leader.
Yes,
new leader.
It's exciting.
So like looking at community organizations to partner with and stuff. So yeah, come in, get in if you're interested in any sort of outreach efforts. Team at SaveTheCrew.com, and we'll get you connected to the right people.
As with everything in Save the Crew, I invented this Latino outreach thing.
Obviously,
if it succeeds.
Yeah, definitely.
If not, it was a Robert Rovick.
Yeah,
thing.
you said Yo Tango Acorn Pieces.
Does that go for everything? If it succeeds, you did it. So if on the very slim chance
that we save the crew,
the crew is not saved, it's your fault.
Well, whatever happens, if it's bad, it's you, John. And then if it's great, it's me. I think actually if it's bad, it's you.
Did you win the president? Did we ever confirm that?
Of course I did. I'm
Did you win the
Columbus.
president of
Did you get a
Columbus?
certificate?
I did.
So it was
a trophy?
Yes, it came in the mail.
Can we see it?
Yeah, it's at my house.
Oh, you bring it next time.
I'll think about that. I
No,
will definitely
do it.
remember to try.
Wait, where'd Kyle go?
Remember
He
that
threw him like 45 minutes
That's
ago.
right. Okay. Sorry. I'm an old man. I forget things.
If you're waiting for a jersey, odds are it's coming.
Oh shit!
Also, don't post on fucking Reddit asking about where the jerseys are. That is not a good vet.
Don't
That's right.
post on anywhere asking
Don't
where
post
the
anywhere.
jerseys are.
Shop at SaveTheCrew.com is where the merch is.
Let me tell you how to do it. You post on Reddit and then you email team at SaveTheCrew.com. Is that right, Drabby?
Fuck off, Morgan.
You make a post and you say, "Where's my jersey?" and then you email team at SaveTheCrew.com.
Also, a fun thing to do, if there's like a spot on a receipt for like an email or something for a survey, just fill in team at SaveTheCrew.com.
Oh, you know what, Brent? I actually like this.
Son of a-
That's a good
I
idea,
like this.
actually.
This
Yeah.
is great. This is great.
Son of
Yeah. Maybe if there's like a website you can go to which just will like sign you up for like thousands of alerts. Darby.Schnarfus.
Actually, I've heard that
actually
team
a
at
great
SaveTheCrew.com is a good email to use, like to sign up for like dating websites.
Yeah, like a throwaway thing.
Right.
Ashley
J
Madison.
Date or like
Farmers
Don't
Only.
forget,
Farmers
I now
Only.
know which
Ashley's
bar in
Only.
the parking
Right.
lot is
Yeah.
yours, and I'm going to shit on it.
Madison's Only. That's right.
he
we already know
produces
that
a
you
lot
can't
of
I
things.
do. We all know that I am capable
So-
of shit. I have a diaper full of it right now.
Oh my
It's coming out of him as we speak.
I don't like these self-roastings. Leave it to the pros like myself and Sean Sitar. If you've enjoyed the shitlordery on episode 83, I've got some bad news for you. Only 17 episodes left in the history of this program.
Till the Diamond Jubilee.
That's right. And the final episode's coming up this year. I can't even believe it. Sounds like heaven.
On behalf of benevolent corporate overlord sponsors, Blood, Urine, Spit, Salavia, Foot Golf, Larry Turd, Eric Grass, Clark, Beacom, The Dead Rotting Corpse of Kevin Burns. It's been episode 83, and all Lord yeah, most people said, yes, I can.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Please have a party. Feed us drinks. Get us laid.
Dude, don't pretend like you're busy working or something, dude. You know you're in bed just watching PlayStation or something like that.
That's the word on the street.
All right, so we've not started recording ACES Radio yet, but if you're hearing that, that is the sound of an MLS to ATX scarf in its packaging. How did you get this?
I emailed MLS to ATX.
Okay, say this into Alex's microphone. First of all, introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm David Brooks. Hashtag Save the Crew.
Hashtag Save the Crew, he says.
So I emailed MLS to ATX and said, you know, I'm a big fan of soccer and the game in America, and just wanted a piece of soccer history. And I was like, what do I need to do to get my hands on a scarf?
Yeah.
And they said, just give us an address and we'll send it.
Okay, but many people have got to that point in the conversation, and they like give them an address in Ohio, and then they don't get anything.
Yeah. No, I have a friend in Austin, so I gave them the address, and they said, all right, it's on its way. And I was like, well, can I get two? I was like, yeah, one for my wife. Yeah. And they're like,
she
yeah,
also
all right.
wants history.
So yeah, then my friend sent it to me.
Oh my God!
It was
I'm so happy.
The PR firm that responded to me, not MLS ATX.
Right. Oh, of course not.
Right.
And you send an email to info@mlstoatx.com or whatever.
Yeah. It was
By
like
the way, 95% acrylic, 5% spandex. Yeah. Let me smell it. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm not even kidding. What is that?
It's made in China. I see that too.
It smells like if a truck took
top quality
shit,
stuff.
If like a truck had like diarrhea, that's what this would smell like. Dude, thank you for this. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I've pretty much been Austin till I die since I was born.
Of course,
I've always said that. I'm always like, I want to take something that somebody else has built, and I want to move it to a place that I am, and I want a bunch of people to suffer. So this represents that, and I can't believe. Pam's going to be really happy, first of all, about another scarf to add to the collection. So
they responded and said, thanks for showing support for MLS to ATX. Here comes your scarf. I emailed them back to be like, well, after I got the scarf, of course. I was like, well, just so you know, I don't support this. I think this is gross.
What?
But thanks anyways.
Oh, my God. So they knew?
Well, eventually.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That is fucking awesome. Thank you so much. You know what I never noticed is like the checkerboard pattern in the middle.
It looks familiar.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Where have I seen that?
I don't know. Well, thanks to Elizabeth Christian PR firm or whatever it's called for getting us this.
I figure my season ticket payments are paying for it. I might as well get one.
Fucking A. So you got one too? I'm not stealing your only one?
No.
Oh my God.
That's why I got two. I got one for myself. It was made in China.
Fuck yeah, it is. God, this is great.
I got one for myself and figured. Share the wealth.
I love
that.
You guys. Oh yeah.
But you can't fucking see the skyline from a color place.
No. If it showed the real thing, it would be just a discount tire store. I love the 3 stars, of one of which stands for community. I love that. That's why I'm invested in this league. Hashtag up the finches. Hashtag goldfinches for life. Thank you very much for dropping this off.
Absolutely.
We got to get started on it at a real episode of Aces Radio.
We'll get out of your hair.
Darby's about to eat some fish. We got to go. 3, 2, 1.
Dude, thank you. Dude, that is incredible.